Friday Night Football greetings from Cooksey John Stadium on the campus of Jonesboro High School. Tonight we've got a Class 6A state quarterfinal matchup as your Benton Panthers visit the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. The Panthers opened the playoffs last week at home with a 42-21 win over Mountain Home. Brandon Hunter put up 222 yards of total offense, while Braden Harris scored 4 touchdowns on just 6 carries. The win made Panther head coach Brad Harris the first-year head coach to win a playoff game in Benton football history. Jonesboro, meanwhile, was off last week, thanks to a 9-1 season record and the number 1 seed from the 6A East in the playoffs. The high-scoring Hurricane offense averages 51 points a game this year and has only been held under 40 once all season, a Week 7 40-38 loss to West Memphis. Should be an exciting shootout tonight with a trip to the state semifinals on the line. I'm Jim Gardner, joined in the booth tonight by Dio Vanucci, who's pinch hitting for John Penn, who's back home ailing tonight. We want to wish John get well soon wishes. We miss you up here, buddy. Jenny Causey from Fox Sports Arkansas is going to help us out tonight on the sideline. She's all bundled up in this very cold weather tonight. Tony Linehan from the Saline Cougar will join us in the booth to provide stats, while Matt Johnson produces and directs the broadcast. Lance Larkin is our engineer in the Fox Sports Arkansas studios. And as always, we're joined on the broadcast by the most loyal number 1 Benton Panther fan of all, Freddie Reinhardt, who, Dio, every time he has spoken at the pregame meal, the Panthers have won. And he did so tonight at the Jonesboro Western Sizzlin'. So we'll see if that good luck charm stays alive. Tonight's broadcast of Benton Panther football on Fox Sports Arkansas and on Fidelity Local 6 is brought to you by Everett Buick GMC, Warwick Hydraulic, Black Corley Owens and Hughes, First Trust Home Loans, Access Control Devices Incorporated, Williams Tire and Service, Centerpoint Church, State Senator Jeremy Hutchinson, First Security Bank, CDI Contractors, Benton Eye Care, Smith Caldwell Drugstore, Copeland's Restaurant, Congo Fireplace and Patios, State Representative Kim Hammer, Allied Glass, Simmons Bank, First National Title, Ashby Funeral Home, and Saline Memorial Hospital. Panther football is also brought to you tonight by the Benton Touchdown Club, the booster club of Benton Panther football. Visit BentonPantherFootball.com for all your Panther football information, including links to tonight's broadcasts on both Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6. Dio, I mean, if John has to be out, lucky you tonight, as cold as it is out there.
Boy, I'm telling you what, with that wind blowing in, the cold air, I kind of feel sorry for Jenny over there. She's getting to last year. I can tell you this, it's not as bad as what I went through with Greenwood last year. So she's got that advantage. It seems like the rain has passed through. It's been replaced by this colder air. But it's a great night for football. This is what playoff football is supposed to feel like.
It's 52 degrees right now. The wind is coming out of the north. This field, Dio, runs east and west, so it'll be a crosswind tonight and really should play havoc with the passing game, you would think.
Well, in both of these offenses really like to throw the ball a lot. Jonesboro leans on the pass a little more heavily. As you'll hear in the coaches show coming up, they're going to be a 60-40 pass-to-run ratio team. The wind is going to have a little bit bigger effect on the Hurricane tonight. So, you know, as their name implies, maybe they're used to the wind. I don't know.
We will see. Last week in the 6A state playoffs, our Panthers knocked off the Bombers from Mountain Home 42-21. In other games, West Memphis beat Texarkana 29-15. El Dorado, maybe the most impressive win last week, 38-3 over a very good Marion Patriot team. And Searcy upset Lake Hamilton 25-16.
Really surprised by both of those two, the last two scores you just gave. And we had talked about before those games that the El Dorado Marion game was going to really be a good gauge to kind of see the East versus West. Really weren't sure because everybody in the East has really kind of beat up on each other this year. And El Dorado, I know they weren't full strength all through the year, but apparently got some of their players back and really showed there with that 38-3. But how surprising is that Searcy versus Lake Hamilton score?
Yeah, both of them there at the end, like you say, very surprising. One in favor of the West, one against the West.
Yeah, so are we left with the same question? Because really, it doesn't answer as much as I thought. I figured Lake Hamilton would take on that, that first opponent from the East and really probably dominate that game pretty handily. Searcy's they had a win earlier in the season. I'd have to look to see who it was against. It may have been West Memphis, who actually beat Jonesboro. So I don't know what to think still.
Yeah, that's a Marion team, too, as you think back to it, that scored 45 on Jonesboro the last time Jonesboro played. And El Dorado holds them to just 3 points last week. So we look at the slate of games tonight as we move into quarterfinal play. In addition to this game here in Jonesboro, West Memphis is at Russellville tonight. I think all the Benton fans are hoping for Benton and Russellville to win and set up a rematch. The Jonesboro folks want a rematch with West Memphis. So a lot of rooting interest in that game going on at Cyclone Stadium. El Dorado, by virtue of their win last week, gets a trip to Greenwood tonight. Poor Wildcats. And Searcy is down at Pine Bluff.
Some great matchups this week. Kind of feel sorry for El Dorado. Didn't they travel to Greenwood in the regular season?
No, Greenwood went there. They went to Siloam Springs.
Okay, well, that's the same neck of the woods, and that is not a short trip. I mean, you feel blessed to be from Benton and have to go to Greenwood compared to that trip from El Dorado.
Dio, as we go back to last week, Benton, of course, comes in tonight 7-4, and won last week over Mountain Home 42-21. And I know Matt and the crew in the truck going to roll some highlights from that game last week. Jonesboro had a bye. They come in tonight 9-1. You were down on the sideline last week, and as we look at some of the replays, things that stood out to you in that win last week.
Well, when the offense was focused, they seemed to really be able to move the ball. And I think one of the things against an opponent, that was the third week in a row that we saw that flex bone. And I kind of felt like our team got, lulled to sleep a little bit against them. And given, like Brad Harris said, they ran it more effectively than the other two teams we faced.
Two of our Panthers that really stood out last week, Brandon Hunter. 171 yards rushing on 19 carries. He caught 4 passes for 51 yards and a touchdown. It was a super good night for Brandon Hunter, both running and receiving.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, you can't say enough about the kid. He could do it on the ground and catching it in the air. He's an unstoppable force when he makes his mind up to be that way. I mean, you can see every replay, they're having to gang tackle him. It's not one guy bringing him down. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 guys having to bring him down. And his jump cut, he's got one of the best jump cuts you'll ever see. He can move laterally so well, it's unbelievable. But how about Braden Harris?
Yeah, absolutely. As we go to Braden had 61 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns on just 6 carries, and a big night defensively with 13 tackles.
Yeah, 3 of those for a loss and 1 sack. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Here we see him on that. That's a 4th down play right there. It was 4th and short. I mean, all they wanted was just get downhill, get the first down, and then he stumbles into the end zone from way back. And I was right there on the sideline when he did that. And I can tell you, big boy can move.
Yeah, we heard a radio interview with Jonesboro's coach, and in terms of Braden Harris defensively, he called him a box thumper.
Yeah, that's a compliment. When you're a middle linebacker, you want the opposing coach to think of you as a box thumper. That's what you want. Now, I guarantee you this, Jonesboro, watching film on them all week, they don't run in the middle a whole lot anyway. And especially after they watch film on Braden Harris, they're really going to avoid the middle tonight.
So 2 big Panthers last week, Brandon Hunter and Braden Harris, looking for good nights from them again tonight. We're going to step aside for our first commercial break. And when we come back, Dio Vanucci will have his weekly visit with head Panther Brad Harris. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you tonight by Copeland's Restaurant on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
Family-owned, customer-friendly is more than just a slogan. It's a better way to buy a car and the right way to do business. Come see us and discover the difference at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Welcome back, folks. I'm here with head coach Brad Harris. Brad, here we are, second week of the playoffs. Every game just gets a little bit more meaningful now, doesn't it?
Right, most definitely. You know, we're excited to be playing in week 2. It was a great win for our program last week, but we're not content with what we got last week. We want a little bit more. We've talked all year about getting our program to the semifinals every year and being able to play during Thanksgiving week. So tonight's a big game for us, you know, and that was one of our main goals, is to get to Thanksgiving week, and we've set ourselves up for that. We're just one game away, but we've got a very tough opponent standing in our way.
And speaking of Jonesboro, you know, we don't really get to see the East a whole lot, so really the only barometer we really have for the East is the team we just played. Mountain Homes played Jonesboro. Obviously didn't beat them, but have you watched the Mountain Home Jonesboro film to see how they compared to our game with them?
Right. We've got several films on Jonesboro, and one of them that we got was the Mountain Home game. Mountain Home, they scored, I think, 38 points on them. You know, they ran the football. I think they had right at 600 yards total offense that night, most of it rushing. You know, it's just phenomenal when you see that the game, that it's just a score fest both ways. Unfortunately for Mountain Home, they wasn't able to get a stop or two. You know, Jonesboro is very explosive offensively. Defensively, you know, they just hope to hang on a little bit, it looks like, and then they try to outscore you each week. So, you know, it gives us a lot of hope seeing some of the games that we've seen on film. We feel like we can put some points on them, and we feel like our defense is better than what they've been seeing week in, week out.
Yeah, I think statistically we've probably got the best defense in 6A, and that says a lot. I mean, we're a good defensive team, and we've shown that week after week. Let's talk a little bit about Jonesboro's offense. We know that's what they're known for. They put up a lot of points in every game. What type of offense do they run? I know we're not going to see the flex bone again this week, but tell us a little bit about what you've seen on film, what we can expect.
Right, they're a 3-receiver offense most of the time with a 2-back set, kind of an H-back guy, fullback, and they do a really good job of mixing run and pass. They're more pass-oriented, so they're spread-based. You'll see some doubles and trips and empty and everything like that, and they're about a 60-40 pass-to-run ratio. You know, so they're looking to throw it around. They've got a kid, Jonathan Adams. He's about 6'3", 200 is their guy. He's got about 1,200 yards receiving on the year. And he's a matchup problem for us. You know, we know that. But they've got 2 other receivers that are very capable of taking over a game too. They're shorter guys, 5'9", but very explosive receivers. They like to take the top off. They're guys that they'll go up top with them all the time. But they're also that screen guy that you can hitch them up and they can make you miss. So they're 3 very dangerous receivers. And then their H-back, number 7, he does a really good job of blocking and getting out in the flats for them and catching the football. So they're very well-rounded from the receiver standpoint. They're running back. They play kind of by a committee. They've got 3 guys that they'll rotate in there, 2 smaller guys, and they got a bigger kid that they like to use for some short yardage stuff. And their quarterback, he does a great job of distributing, you know, and he's always looking to throw the football. Even when you pressure him, he's got his eyes down the field trying to throw the football. So, you know, their skill guys are good. Offensive line, they're as big as what we've seen all year. I don't know that they're as good as a Greenwood or maybe a Russellville up front, but they're bigger. And we feel like that could be a problem for us, but we like our chances there because of our speed and our aggression in the box. We like our box matchup.
Absolutely. I'll take our defense up against pretty much any offensive line because it's just hard to account for everybody on every play. I mean, you might get us for a few, but eventually one of our guys is going to squirt through there and make a big play. Now, let's talk about their defense. I know they're not known for their defense. As a matter of fact, they're known for the opposite of having a defense that's more like a sieve, just lets everything through. Right. What's the key for your offense as you go in tonight? I mean, I know you're going to tell me you got to establish the ground game. Right. We got to do that every week. What else?
Well, you're going to see Jonesboro defense is a 3-4 base team. They got big athletic defensive ends. When you look at them, you think, man, they're just phenomenal. But they don't always play hard on defense. They don't look like, they all look good-looking linebackers and everything, but they miss a lot of tackles in space. We feel like that we can take advantage of that, getting the ball in space a lot tonight. We've got to do a great job of throwing our underneath passing game. Like you said earlier, we've got to run the football with Brandon. We know that, but we've got to be able to throw the underneath game and not have any turnovers tonight. That's going to be a big key to our victory tonight, is not giving them anything. We have to make good on all of our possessions tonight.
Yeah, as we have the future of the program behind us, these 8th graders are getting a little bit jacked up here, but I like it. It feels a little bit more like a game day to me. That last playoff game, that Flexbone offense, it didn't feel very playoff. I think the deer season had people in the deer woods, and just that offense almost lulled me to sleep last week. I don't think we can expect that tonight. Let's talk about keys to victory. I heard the Jonesboro coach talk, and he said that in the only game they've lost this year, they lost the turnover battle. Yes. And I know we've struggled in games where we've lost the turnover battle. What are your keys? Turnovers are one of mine.
Yes, most definitely. Coach Coleman said the same thing on the radio, but tonight the key for us is hanging on to the football, not giving them anything. The 4 games that we've lost the turnover battle. We've given the teams a lot. Tonight we cannot have that happen. We have got to take care of the football offensively. And if we take care of the football offensively, we're going to be in a ball game, because I think that our defense, it matches up well with their offense. We're going to get ours at times, but they're going to score on us. We realize that. You don't shut a team out like Jonesboro. You just hope to contain them, and that's what we're going in with that philosophy tonight is, hey, if we can keep them under 35, we got a chance, because every time they haven't scored 40, they've lost, and that's one game. So, they've lost. They scored 38, and they got beat. So hopefully we can keep them under that mark, and we can score our average of 42 and win a ball game tonight.
So keep them under 40, win the turnover battle, and don't have any cheap penalties that stop your offense in its tracks. That's the keys. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go to a word from our sponsors after that. We're going to head back to the booth with John and Jim.
Family owned, customer friendly is more than just a slogan. It's a better way to buy a car and the right way to do business. Come see us and discover the difference at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Promotional consideration for today's game is brought to you by Throwback Cuts, Fades, razor lines, colored designs, straight razor shade. The latest styles are what we do. Sweet Tea Cafe. Dine in and ask about our daily specials or call ahead for catering and carryout. 501-943-7700. Williams Tire. We take pride in offering name brand tires, wheels, and auto repair service to our customers. Papa John's Pizza. Receive 30% off your order during this broadcast. Use the promo code FIDELITY.
Welcome back to Cooksey John Stadium in Jonesboro, Arkansas, where we are getting set for a 6A state quarterfinal matchup between Benton and Jonesboro. As we go to the Jonesboro scouting report, Dio, the Hurricane come in 9-1 on the season, 6-1 in conference play. Conference co-champs and the number 1 seed by virtue of their win over Pine Bluff in the regular season. As we mentioned, their lone loss, a 2-point loss to West Memphis, and Brad Harris pointed out the only game they've been held under 40 points all year.
Yeah, that's an important stat to note. West Memphis, not sure exactly what they did on defense. That's one film I didn't really watch, but that's one of his keys to victory. And really, as Brad Harris said in that coach's interview, they're going to score. You're not going to hold this team to a shutout. It's not going to happen. He's been on his defense all week to remind them that it's okay that they score, but you can't just give up and open up the gates and let them score time after time again. Obviously, West Memphis got a few stops here and there, and that's what it's going to take tonight.
As we look at the team scoring comparison, Jonesboro scores a lot. They score 51 points a game, but the Panthers holding their own at 41 a game. Been a very explosive offense. Maybe the one number that leaps off that graphic to me is the Benton defense, a lot stronger in points allowed than Jonesboro.
Absolutely. 18.5 points allowed per game. That's, an unbelievable stat. But look at Jonesboro. Jonesboro down there allowing 31 points per game. And that's, if you do some algebra, I need to talk to a math professor real quick because I'm sure there's some formula you could apply to this to point to Benton winning this game tonight.
And you would think it would come via the strength of the Panther defense if that were to happen. As we look at an offensive comparison between the two teams, Benton rushes for 215 a game, throws for 204. Panthers average 420 a game in total offense. Jonesboro lean to the pass a little bit, 197 rushing, right at 300 yards a game passing, just a shade under 500 total offense.
Yeah, I mean, those are impressive offensive numbers. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But Benton is right there with them, 420 yards per game. One of the stats that I really think is important, I know they've got 197 yards per game, but our 215 is pretty impressive, especially with the competition we face.
We'll come back with the defensive stat comparison, but we're going to go to the field right now and our national anthem. Beautiful rendition of our national anthem tonight as we continue the Everett Buick GMC pregame show. The biggest difference statistically, Dio, as you break it down, comes on defense. Jonesboro gives up a whopping 489 yards a game defensively, while Benton averaging just 214 yards allowed per game this season.
Boy, how much would Coach Wynn love to have that stat hold true tonight?
Mm-hmm.
You can hold Jonesboro to, even if you could only hold Jonesboro to 300 yards, I say you really give yourself a great chance to win. And let's not forget, we are dealing with the number one seed. We don't know a whole lot about the East. The only thing we can really look at is statistics, but even then, you're looking at statistics against dissimilar opponents. They haven't played anybody we've played other than Mountain Home, which they gave up 600 rushing yards. When you look at a game like that, that really kind of tells you a little bit about their defense. So I'm really looking for our defense to step up. You remember that Greenwood game. Our defense bowed their back in the red zone multiple times that game, held them out of the end zone at one point from the 1 yard line. First and goal from the 1, and they held them out. That's the type defense that needs to show up here tonight. And if they show up here tonight, there's going to be a great chance for a Panther victory tonight.
When the offenses have the ball, keep an eye on Brandon Hunter for the Benton Panthers. He wears number 4, nearing 2,000 yards of total offense offensively. He has over 2,000 yards all-purpose this season. For Jonesboro, it's Jonathan Adams. He is their go-to guy. He wears number 1. He's 6'3", a 200-pound senior. Reminds me a lot, looking at him in pregame, of Caleb Stokes from Russellville. Number 14, that really wowed you. He's got 66 catches, over 1,200 yards, and 23 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, there's no wonder that he's got several major colleges taking a look at him. And a lot of you guys that are listening or watching will remember that name of Jonathan Adams. He was a parade All-American running back. That was his father. Played for Osceola, for Clinton Gore back in the late 90s, 94 through 97. I think he graduated in 97, ended up going to Arkansas State, and, had a pretty decent career. So the kid's got the genetics, and, boy, he's down there lining up to go out for the captain walk. And I can tell you, he is every bit of what Jim just described. He's a big, tall receiver, got those long arms that you wish for. And, I'm curious about his speed. I didn't look. I couldn't find any information on his combine info, if he's got any, dramatic stats in the 40-yard dash or not. But I can tell you on film, he sure does look good.
When the defenses are on the field tonight, Preston Stone is going to have to play big for the Panthers because he's going to draw the matchup with Jonathan Adams one-on-one. And while Preston is going to give up several inches and several pounds, you've said all year, pound for pound, he's the toughest bitten Panther, and he is going to have a chance to prove that tonight. Chandler Clift as well leads the team in sacks. He's going to be very important in that rush game. For Jonesboro, their leading tackler on the season is Colton Foster, their middle linebacker. He wears number 43, over 100 tackles this season.
Yeah, those are everything you said was accurate. Preston Stone and Chandler Clift are going to have a big night. Chandler Clift has got to get some pressure on this quarterback. He can't be allowed to sit back there and pick our defense apart. And Preston Stone, that's a tough matchup. But, as Preston would say, if I said something to him about it, he would say, it ain't no step for a stepper. That's the response he'd give me, and that's the kind of attitude you want. That's why the coaches aren't afraid to put him on a guy like number one down there. They're not afraid of that because Preston's attitude is, look, just give me the job, I can do it.
And we have all the faith in the world in Preston Stone, no doubt about it. Panthers are not the only Saline County team in the playoffs tonight. Bryant has made the long trip up to Springdale Harbor. They knocked off Springdale High last week and get a chance at the other Springdale High School tonight. Harmony Grove, a big win last week up at Mountain View. They go to Atkins tonight and play a former Benton Panther, Tommy Cody, head coach at Atkins. And the Red Devils and Glen Rose is playing host tonight to the Elkins Elks. As we move to our picks to click tonight, Matt Johnson and the crew are taking Zach Wallace on offense and the D-Train, Dawson Morris on defense. I'm going to nab Brandon Hunter for offense and Bo Brewer on defense. Dio, I'll let you give John's pick as well as your own.
Well, fantastic. John, he went with Trey Pepper on offense and Braylon Alcorn on defense. And the reason he said he picked those two is because for us to have a chance to knock off this number one seed tonight, he feels like those two seniors are going to have big nights. They're going to have to put up big numbers. And I agree with him. Trey Pepper's going to have to be, he's shown it in several games this year. He's always been that steady hand of the receiving corps, and he's going to have a big night tonight. For myself, I went with the obvious choice based on his performance over the last couple of weeks, especially his 4-touchdown performance. I went with Braden Harris on offense. Kind of funny to pick the middle linebacker, but I did this before with Preston Stone, and so now I'm doing it with Braden Harris. And then on defense, I went with Preston Stone. I feel like he's got to have a big game. So I'm putting my pick where my heart is right there.
Panther captains tonight, Brandon Hunter, Braden Harris, Kyle Mayfield, and Trey Pepper. They're meeting at midfield with the four captains for Jonesboro. Dio, I'm going to let you have it for a few minutes. How about some pinpoint keys for a Panther victory?
Well, we're going to do a couple things. Let's go over John Penn's. Defense has got to get pressure on the quarterback. It'll frustrate their O-line, creates negative yardage plays, and turnover opportunities. Secondly, we have to win the turnover battle. Can't have any turnovers, and if we do, we've got to have some takeaways on defense. And then the third thing is mental toughness. Avoid those dumb penalties. They don't do us any good. All year, we've gotten ourselves into trouble, not as bad as we have in past years, but late hits, unsportsmanlike, conduct, all those personal fouls. There's never a good time for those. They never benefit your team because they stall drives when you're on offense, and when you're on defense, they extend the opponent's drives, and they give you terrible field position. You can't knock off the number one seed, with mental errors like that. Now, I'll tell you right now, after talking to Brad Harris, those were John Penn's keys to victory, but I'm going to give you Dio's keys to victory. Mine are very similar. Number one, you got to win the turnover battle. I think that's just obvious. Secondly, our defense has got to play with a short memory. We're going to allow some touchdowns. Jonathan Adams is probably going to score a touchdown. That's okay. We can't get down. We have to play with that short memory, get right back up in their face. And then the next thing is remember your fundamentals. In a game like this where you have two quality opponents, more often than not, it's the team who practices the best fundamentals that has the best chance to win. Because in the end, Jim, it always boils down to blocking and tackling. That's what it's all about, the fundamentals. And that's who's going to tell you who wins tonight.
Blocking and tackling and taking care of that football. Good keys to victory as the Benton Panthers come out onto the turf here at Cooksey Johns Stadium, led by their cheerleaders holding that STP flag and running out of the inflatable tunnel through the smoke provided by Independent Fire Extinguisher Sales and Service, located at 515 Bird Street. Their phone number is 778-4197. And we appreciate Randy Adney and Independent Fire Extinguisher Sales and Service for their support of Benton Panther football. The Hurricane come onto the field with the Hurricane flags and the American flag. The Hurricane won the toss and elected to defer. So Randy Coleman is going to put his defense on the field first. Benton will receive and defend the east end zone. This field runs east to west, so the Panthers will be moving left to right across your radio dial here in this first quarter. Dio, it's quarterfinal playoff time. You ready?
I'm ready. You know, I'm glad that we cleared something up. We haven't done it on the air, but we're going to clear it up. I have always thought that Jonesboro were the Golden Hurricanes with an S, but they're not. They're the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. It is not a plural word, as I thought it was.
The Hurricane.
Yes. That makes a little more sense when I think about it.
It does. And we're going to try to blow this hurricane right out of Jonesboro tonight. So the Panther kick return team will come onto the field and teeing the ball up for Jonesboro will be Holden Welch. And he's going to tee it up on the far hash marks at the 40-yard line. Back to receive for the Panthers will be Brandon Hunter and Tristan Hutchinson. We saw Hutch with a good kick return last week against Mountain Home. He's averaging 8.5 per return, 29 yards last week against Mountain Home as Welch puts his foot into it. It's a short kick end over end that's going to hit at the 20. Hunter takes it over the 20 to the 25. He's going to be up to the 27-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will scrimmage first tonight. And they're led onto the field by senior quarterback Nate Beck. He'll engineer the offense behind an offensive line of Jared Hastings, Kyle Mayfield, Brett Tittle, Joshua George, and Bo Belcher. Brandon Hunter will be in the backfield. Clayton Mertens, Trey Pepper, Ty Callahan, and Michael Allison, the receivers for Benton. First down and 10 Panthers. First snap of the ball game as Nate Beck looks to the sideline. Two receivers to each side of the formation. And now he'll move Brandon Hunter to his left side. Going to give it to Brandon on the give, and Brandon is going to get up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 3 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 7 Panthers.
You know, Jim, the first thing that really stands out at me about the way Jonesboro's aligning their defense is their corners are 10 yards off our receivers. I mean, really, I think they're going to let Coach Ray test them underneath here.
2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Beck looks to throw, swings it out to Trey Pepper. Pepper trying to get a block on the short side of the field, and he's going to carry to the 32-yard line, and it's going to leave Benton with 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, you know, this is really where it comes down to the offensive line. Whether they decide to put it on the ground or put it in the air, the offensive line has got to get a good push here against this defensive line.
Trips to the wide side of the field. Nate Beck with a hard count. Jonesboro very disciplined up front. They do not jump. Justin Ray signals in the play. Now the Panthers are going to shuffle the formation, bunch the receivers. Now send Hunter in motion out of the backfield. Beck looking to throw. Fires to Trey Pepper. It's a little high and off of his hands. Would have been enough for a first down, Dio, and now the Panthers face 4th down and will have to punt it away.
Yeah, when it gets cold like this, Jim, that ball gets a little bit harder and a little bit slicker. Just a little bit, takes a little bit more focus. I trust Trey Pepper. That's not going to happen too many times tonight, you know. But Jonesboro's getting what they wanted. They deferred that kickoff, and now their defense has gotten a stop.
Braden Harris back to punt for the Panthers. He averages 35 yards a punt. Ja'Kalen Jackson back to receive for Jonesboro. Kick off the side of Braden's foot. It takes a Panther roll, and it's going to be downed at the 40-yard line by DJ Sturgis. So Jonesboro will take possession of the football at the 40-yard line, and Tyson Williams, the junior quarterback, will lead them onto the field. He's completing 72% of his passes, has 33 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions. Very accurate quarterback.
Yeah, he really is. Those are some fantastic numbers. And I don't know if you just noticed, but as the leaves blew swiftly across the field, that wind appears to be blowing east to west, or west to east, excuse me.
First down give for Jonesboro. And a move to the outside that time by their running back, Deshaun Fountain. He's forced out of bounds by Chandler Clift along the near sideline. And they're going to say, Dio, he stepped out of bounds at the 42-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 Hurricane.
Yeah, and really, Jonesboro's not going to give us much time to talk between plays here.
Hurry up offense. The give to Fountain running up the middle, and Fountain is going to be just short of a first down at the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Jonesboro, and again, they hurried to the line. Blake Edwards, Chandler Clift, and Mel Hegwood, the front 3 for Benton. And now there's movement, and a flag comes out, and it appears as if we'll have a false start against the Hurricane.
Well, we talked about not having those, not having penalties for one of our keys to victory, but that's the type of thing that, a team like Jonesboro can't afford against a defense like ours, is when they've got 3rd and short, they can't afford to give themselves that 5-yard penalty right there and make this a more difficult conversion.
Saw the Panthers fail on 3rd down, their first possession. See if the defense can return the favor as Braden Harris shows blitz. Slayton, the H-back, splits out in motion. Williams throwing deep, and he overthrows his receiver, Ja'Kalen Jackson, at the Benton 30. And so the Panther defense holds on 3rd and 7, and now Jonesboro will punt it away.
Yeah, great stop for the defense, and we got kind of lucky there. Preston Stone covering Jonathan Adams over here was really he was giving him the business and kind of got tangled up and fell down. Jonathan Adams came wide open, but thankfully the quarterback wasn't looking his direction.
Back to punt is Garrett Childers for Jonesboro. He averages 35 yards a punt along a 49 on the year, and has some wind at his back. It's a good kick for Childers. Back to receive is Peyton Pauletti. Fields it on a hop inside the 10-yard line. Makes the first couple of men miss and gets good yardage, Dio, to the 20-yard line. Good return for the sophomore.
Yeah, that really was. I mean, he covered that ball, at about the 8-yard line, was able to get 12 yards out of it, put us back at the 20. That stiff wind blowing in our face is going to make it a little bit difficult through the air. I can see that now. I didn't realize which way the wind was blowing. It felt like it was blowing more across wind, but it seems to be blowing directly in our face.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Panthers at their own 20, and the give is to Brandon Hunter, and he has a very short gain as he's tackled by Jacarvis Anderson, the defensive end for Jonesboro. Flag comes down at the end of that play. Boy, you can hear and see the wind, and what a difference it's going to make in this ball game as Jonesboro flagged for an incidental face mask.
Yeah, you can't tell it with our tight uniforms or Jonesboro's tight uniforms. When that referee stood up there, his pants were flapping in the breeze.
So it'll be 1st down and 5 for the Panthers following the penalty. There's a snap as it hit the man in motion, Ty Callahan, and it is going to be recovered by Kevin Pointer, and Jonesboro is going to take possession of the football at the Benton 20-yard line, a disastrous turnover that's going to give Jonesboro the ball in the Benton red zone.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about as one of the keys to victory. Can't have those turnovers, and if you're going to do it, you certainly don't want to do it on the 20-yard line, giving them the short field into the end zone.
Ty Callahan came in motion, Dio, and it looked like the timing of the play just off. The snap hit Callahan as he went in motion, and Jonesboro recovers. First down and 10 Hurricane at the Benton 20-yard line. Williams takes a snap, pressured, throws it up for Jonathan Adams, and it's deflected. It goes incomplete. Good coverage by Junior Hendricks.
Fantastic coverage by Junior Hendricks. I mean, he was really that's how you play proper defense in that situation, especially when you're going up against a big physical receiver like that. And he made a play for the ball, so that's why it didn't draw a flag.
A lot of pressure on the Panther secondary tonight. Junior Hendricks, a senior. DJ Sturgis, the junior. Preston Stone, a senior, and the free safety, Bo Brewer. Second down and 10, Hurricane at the Benton 20 following the turnover. And they're going to try to get it to Adams, and Dawson Morris flashes over and deflects that one away. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, fantastic awareness by Dawson Morris. You can tell they've studied some film. That's one of the things Jonesboro really like to do is that little delayed slant, kind of a drag pattern across there to take advantage of the corners playing off of him. Dawson Morris just slid into that zone and was in the right place at the right time.
Back-to-back passes to Jonathan Adams, incomplete. Panther secondary playing very well in the early going. It's 3rd and 10, Hurricane at the Benton 20. Williams looking to pass, trying to get it to Ja'Kalen Jackson on the corner route, and flags fly, and it appears as if we're going to have a hold against Preston Stone. He was doing all he could, Dio, but I believe he had a hold of Ja'Kalen Jackson, and the referees caught him.
Well, he may have. I don't know if Matt's got that on replay or not because the camera angle looks like it kind of ends about right there. But, you know, that's one of those things where I couldn't tell if that was a little bit of an acting job or not because the receiver may have known that ball was overthrown. I don't think that was a catchable ball, but that doesn't matter in high school football. That's only in the NFL. In high school, you can be interfered with even if it's not catchable. I believe that's correct, as A.D. Nethery is in here, and he looks at me and gives me the nod and the wink to tell me I'm right.
Scott Nethery will be our rules expert tonight in the booth. So 1st and goal, Jonesboro, by virtue of the penalty against the Panther defense. And on the first down they give it off to Deshaun Fountain, and he has nowhere to go. The PDC arriving in a bad mood and drop him for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, that was fantastic defense by Braden Harris and the rest of the defense there. I didn't see who else was in on that. Was that Braylon Alcorn in there? Yep, Braylon Alcorn right there, met him at the point of attack. Chandler Clift. Yeah, that's team defense right there.
Jonesboro comes back in a hurry, fires it to Jonathan Adams. He makes the catch for a touchdown, and now we've got a late flag that comes down after the touchdown signal. Jonathan Adams, you could see him use that big frame, Dio. He's 6'3", 200, and he used his body that time to shield away the secondary, make the catch, and it's a touchdown Hurricane with 8:59 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations like we talked about. The defense has got to have a short memory. We can't panic. Did they throw a flag at the end of that?
Yeah,
looked like we gave him a little push after he was in the end zone. Yeah, of course. So 2 keys to victory already. Well, 3 really with the turnover, but another 2. Short memory. Can't let this get to you on defense, and then you can't have that. You can't have a dumb penalty. There's no reason. That doesn't benefit your team any.
Colin Crawford boots through the extra point with 8:59 to go in the first quarter. Jonesboro leads our Panthers 7-0. Benton Panther football brought to you by Warwick Hydraulic. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
5 plays, 20 yards. It took 40 seconds. Jonathan Adams catches a 14-yard touchdown pass from Tyson Williams, and the Hurricane lead it 7-0. And Dio going to be kicking off from The Benton 45 following the penalty against Benton on the touchdown, a short field, and the kickoff is going to go into the end zone. So the Panthers will scrimmage from the 20-yard line. We're going to take a quick station identification break. This is Benton Panther football on Fox Sports Arkansas.
Jim Wood, Barking Care and Mainfield, Forrest Office Machines, Trey and Jen Stafford and family, the Dalton Farmer Memorial, and John and Dean.
So the Panther offense will scrimmage for the third time tonight. We've seen the Panthers go 3 and out, and then a turnover on the last possession for Benton. 7-0, Jonesboro leads it. Callahan in motion, snap back to back, option to the right, give it to Brandon Hunter, and Hunter's going to pick up 3 yards. And it's been tough sledding on the ground in the early going, Dio.
Yeah, it really seems like Jonesboro coaches have done a really good job of scheming formations, and it seems like they're recognizing some of the formations we line up in, because if you'll notice, their defensive alignment changes once they recognize the formation.
2 receivers to each side on 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Give it off to Brandon Hunter, and again, minimal yardage for Brandon running behind Brett Tittle and Joshua George. 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down, and, well, they mark it back at the 24. 3rd down and 6, Panthers.
Yeah, big number 99 for Jonesboro. Malik Hubbard just crashed in and took him down.
3rd down play, Beck Lux throws, catches made, and that's a 1st down Benton. 3rd down conversion as Beck found Clayton Mertens to the 33-yard line, and the Panthers get a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 Benton at the 33, and now we've got a marker back at the 16-yard line thrown by the referee. And a roughing the passer coming up, Dio, against Jonesboro, so that's going to advance at 15 more yards and give Benton the ball at the 48.
Well, yeah, Jim, and I don't think that our keys to victory for the Panthers is going to be any different for the keys to the victory for the Jonesboro Golden Hurricane. They're going to have to avoid those stupid penalties as well.
And we heard a radio interview with their coach saying that that's really been one of the things that they focused on cleaning up going into the playoffs, that they've had a lot of penalties go against them.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how they're going to react after the bye week. It doesn't seem like their offense was as potent. They took 5 plays to score from 20 yards out. That doesn't seem very Jonesboro, like.
Quick pass out to Trey Pepper, and he has good running room up near midfield as the penalty was actually marked from the 20-yard line. So the Benton Panthers snapped that one from the 35, and Pepper picks up 14 yards and another Benton Panther 1st down at their own 49-yard line with 7:55 to go in the first quarter. Give to Brandon Hunter, and Hunter is going to be stuffed at midfield after a 1-yard gain. Just nowhere to run inside right now for Brandon Hunter.
Yeah, kind of surprising for a team that gave up 600 yards to Mountain Home that we're not having much luck on the ground here early on.
Thought the Panthers would be able to gash this Jonesboro run defense, and the Hurricane defense been tough in the early going. Zach Wallace now checks in at running back for the Panthers. 2nd down and 9. Nate Beck looks to throw. Hits Michael Allison at the 38-yard line. He's down to the 33, and it's a 1st down for the Panthers.
Yeah, on-time throw. Great route by the sophomore Michael Allison. Got in that space of that zone defense and showed Nate Beck his numbers.
Trips to the left. Michael Allison, the single receiver to the right. Zach Wallace gets the carry, and he's going to pick up 2 yards to the 31. 2nd down and 8 Panthers.
Right down to number 43.
Yeah, both offenses really moving very quickly tonight. Not a whole lot of time in between each play.
Very up-tempo first quarter as Nate Beck keeps on the option, and he runs into a Jonesboro defender. That is Josh West at the 28-yard line. 3rd down and 5, Benton. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Panthers. 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Jonesboro leads it 7-0, but the Panthers are marching, facing a 3rd and 5 at the Jonesboro 28-yard line. Nate Beck is going to empty the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap back to Beck. He's looking right. Now pressured. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to try to get it with his feet, and the Jonesboro defense is going to hold him well short of the first down as he's tackled at the 29. It'll be 4th down and 6 Panthers.
Yeah, that's tough, and I know it's very easy up here in the booth to see this. It's a little different down there, but as he started to run before he got across the line of scrimmage, Brandon Hunter broke wide open at about the 10-yard line.
So 4th down, Panthers go for it. Beck looking to throw, lobs it up down the Panther sideline. Catch is made, but out of bounds by Brandon Hunter. And so Jonesboro has held and will take possession of the football at the 30-yard line. Panthers driving, Dio, but the Jonesboro defense rises up and stops the drive.
Yeah, this is not the defense that they appeared to be on paper. They have done a very good job against our offensive running attack, and I'm a little bit stunned, to be honest with you.
5:44 to go in a first quarter that has seen the Benton offense unable to score thus far. Quick pass out to Jonathan Adams, the big wide receiver. He's hit by Preston Stone, and it takes 3 Panthers to ride Adams out of bounds. It's going to be a loss of a yard. Great pursuit that time by the Benton defense, Dio.
Yeah, fantastic pursuit. You know, when you've got a guy 6'3", 200 pounds like that, and on film, he broke tons of tackles on that very play. I mean, he scored a lot of touchdowns out of that, and we were able to gang tackle him and stop him.
2nd down and 12, sacked by Chandler Clift as he gets to the quarterback, Tyson Williams, back at the 23-yard line. Chandler Clift with his 7th sack of the season.
Yeah, as John Penn talked about, got to put pressure on the quarterback, and that's one of the things. That's going to frustrate that O-line, who seems to have done a pretty good job of protecting their quarterback. You don't throw, you know, he hasn't thrown many interceptions, probably because he hasn't been hurried that much.
3rd down and 17, Jonesboro dropping back, set up the screen. Catch is made, and the PDC read it very, very well as Dawson Morris and Mel Hegwood combined to bring down Jamarcus Bibbs after just a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th and 14, and Jonesboro will punt it away.
Yeah, now here, what we need to do here, Jim, is we've got to get the ball into the end zone. We've got to find something that's working and stick with it.
Garrett Childers will punt. He got a really good punt off his first attempt. Peyton Paulette back. Snap is bobbled, and he is blown up inside the 15-yard line as Childers did not field the snap cleanly, and it'll be Benton ball. We do have a penalty marker at the 25-yard line, but Benton's going to have the ball inside the Jonesboro 15. It's a false start against the Hurricane. Benton will decline that, and Benton's going to have it at the 14.
That's just as good as a turnover, Jim. That's basically going to negate. So I know it's not going to go down in the stat book as a turnover, but when you do that, that's a turnover and field position. You just flip the entire field on them.
1st down and 10 Panthers in the red zone at the Jonesboro 14-yard line. We saw the Panthers give Jonesboro a gift that led to their score. See if the Panthers can unwrap a gift of their own right here, courtesy of the bobbled punt snap. 1st and 10 Panthers at the Hurricane 14. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Hunter in the backfield with Nate Beck, who looks to the sideline. Gets the play signaled in from Justin Ray. Beck going to throw it out to Ty Callahan, who makes the catch. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's going to be down to the 9-yard line, and it's a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 Benton at the Hurricane 9.
Good, tough running by the senior, Ty Callahan. I mean, breaks tackles. He's one of the best tackle breakers at receiver that we've got. Seems like every time he catches the ball, he breaks a tackle.
2nd down and 5, give to Brandon Hunter, and he is going to be down to the 6-yard line. Boy, it seems like Jonesboro's defensive game plan is we're not going to let Brandon Hunter beat us. They've really defended him well as the Panthers bring in that heavy package.
They bring in that heavy package, and I love as my pick to click comes in to play a little bit of Wildcat at quarterback. That's who I want to see out there, Jim.
Braden Harris at quarterback. Bryson Krebs and Bo Belcher going to lead the way for Braden Harris, who gets in the end zone on the counter to the left, and the Panthers score with 3:29 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-6. There's your guy, Braden Harris.
I'd high-five you, Jim, but I don't think you'd reciprocate because you're probably a little disappointed that it wasn't your guy that scored that touchdown.
Hey, as long as it's a touchdown Panthers, we'll take it. Preston Stone to hold. Chandler Cliff snaps. Matt Warwick boots it through. And with 3:29 to go in the first quarter, we're tied. It's Benton 7, Jonesboro 7. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Is it allows you to grow and expand and continue to do exactly what you want to do and not see any downtime or anything like that with your service. We're constantly proactively trying to make that service, our services, better for the customer. And it's a tops down thing. It's from the executive team all the way down to our customer care agents. Everyone really truly cares about it, which makes Fidelity a unique company to work for.
For all of your internet, television, and phone needs, call Fidelity or visit us online today.
Panthers just 3 plays to go, 14 yards in 39 seconds. Braden Harris with a 6-yard touchdown run. But Dio, how about the block from Bryson Krebs to Springy?
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's two defensive guys, Braden Harris and Bryson Krebs combined. And Bryson Krebs came through that hole, and he laid the block that really sprung Braden Harris for that run. Great job.
Want to go down to the sideline for the first time tonight, and Jenny Causey. Jenny, how you holding up down there in that wind and cold?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I did my best Odell Beckham Jr. impersonation a while ago. A big gust of wind picked up the kicker's net and tried to attack me. So, but I ducked.
Hey, you got Freddie for a bodyguard down there tonight, huh?
Well, Freddie just ran.
I'm sure the mood on the Panther sideline lifted a little bit after that touchdown. First and 10 Panthers, or Hurricane, excuse me. And Tyson Williams is going to keep. He runs into Braden Harris, and Will White comes and finishes off the tackle at the 36-yard line. Tried a little zone read that time, and Braden Harris read it well for the Panther defense.
Yeah, well, it looked like we may have had an inside-out stunt right there with Braden Harris. It looked like the ends were pinching, and Braden was scraping to the outside on that. Kind of took advantage of that.
Second down and 9. Back to passes Williams. He's flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to lob it up for Ja'Kalen Jackson, who makes the catch, breaks a tackle, makes a move, and there is that explosive Jonesboro offense as Ja'Kalen Jackson takes it to the end zone. 63 yards, and the Hurricane retake the lead 13-7. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed on film, Jim. Their quarterback does a great job of improvising on the run, and you can see it right here. He points to his receiver and tells him, hey, go downfield, get open. And the guy, they've just got that chemistry. They know what they're doing on that.
Ja'Kalen Jackson averaging 25 yards a catch this year, and you see why on that play. As Colin Crawford boots through the extra point. We've got 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. It's Jonesboro 14 and the Benton Panthers 7. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by First Trust Home Loans on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Family owned, customer friendly is more than just a slogan. It's a better way to buy a car and the right way to do business. Come see us and discover the difference at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit. If you haven't been to Everett Buick GMC, we'd like to invite you to come see us and experience what family owned, customer friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Jonesboro leads at 14-7. 2 plays, 65 yards in 39 seconds. Dio, we've yet to see a touchdown drive of over a minute.
That's a scary statistic. this goes back to my point about our defense having a short memory. They cannot let a play like that. That's a busted play. The defense really did a good job. That was improvisation by their quarterback and the receiver, and there's not anything that you can really do to that. You've just got to work on that and recognize maybe on the next time they get the ball, but you got to have a short memory. You can't let that get your defense down.
Brandon Hunter returned the kick to the 31-yard line. So the Panthers will scrimmage 69 yards away from the end zone. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Jonesboro leads at 14-7. Panthers are going to swing it out on first down to Brandon Hunter. Hunter gets to the edge, tripped up at the 35-yard line. Pick up a 4 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 6 Panthers at the 35.
Yeah, Coach Ray is trying to find a way to get the ball in the hands of Brandon Hunter. And you really have to. I mean, Brandon Hunter's been a tremendous performer for us all year. You've got to find a way to get him the ball. And if they're taking away the middle, get it to him on the edge.
Taylor Cochran in at right guard. 2nd down and 6 Panthers. Play fake. Throw! And it's picked off. Jonathan Adams intercepts it as he breaks a tackle. He's loose down the Jonesboro sideline to the 33-yard line. Boy, it looked like the Panthers had a play-action pass set up, and Jonathan Adams, the talented wide receiver, makes an interception at safety.
Well, here's the thing, and this is the hard part. When you're dealing with high school athletes, it's tough to train your eyes. And one of the things that, safeties are taught to do is watch the quarterback's eyes. And on that play, Nate Beck was looking at Callahan coming, and he looked to be wide open, but that safety was just following Nate's eyes and followed it right to the ball.
Jonesboro takes possession following the turnover. Give to Deshaun Fountain, and he is going to pick up 10 yards inside the 25-yard line. Down near the 22-yard line is where they will place it, and it's an 11-yard gain. First down Jonesboro, and they snap it before the chains are set. Give it to Fountain again, and this time he is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage by Mel Hegwood and Braden Harris and dropped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 Hurricane. Man, they go fast.
Yeah, they really do go fast.
Pistol look. Deshaun Fountain is the running back. Tyson Williams, the quarterback. Tight end to the right, power set to the right. Play action, pressure. Here comes Chandler Clift. And Tyson Williams has to get rid of it. Late flag comes in, and we'll see, Dio, we may have a grounding call right here.
Yeah, it looks to be. That's what I would think it would be, because there was no receiver anywhere in that vicinity. All the receivers were deeper in the end zone. Yeah, he's trying to tell, well, I had a running back over there. Well, no, you didn't have a running back over there, quarterback. I hate to tell you that.
And we do have an intentional grounding call for which the Jonesboro coaches and even some of the players on the field object to that call, but it's a good call.
It really is a good call. There was nobody in that general vicinity. He was clearly trying to dump the ball and get rid of it. Big boost for the defense for the Panthers. We've got to get a stop here. I mean, after that turnover, the number one thing you can't do is allow points.
That's a loss of down. It's 3rd down and 14 for Jonesboro. Snap back to Tyson Williams. He's looking deep. No one open. Pressured. Rolls, throws, and the pass is going to be incomplete. And the PDC has forced a 4th down. John, I knew I would do that tonight. Dio, great coverage downfield and great pressure from Blake Edwards.
I was about to say Blake Edwards did a fantastic job. I think he had 3 or 4 spin moves. I thought it was Barry Sanders in the backfield for a minute, but it was a defensive player doing those spin moves. And, man, he really kept the pressure up on that quarterback. And then Braylon Alcorn coming over there to break up that pass. Fantastic job by the defense.
Minute 16 to go. Jonesboro takes a timeout, and we'll take it with them. A 30-second break. Jonesboro faces a 4th down. When we come back, this is Panther football, brought to you by Centerpoint Church on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
If you haven't been to Everett Buick GMC, we'd like to invite you to come see us and experience what family-owned, customer-friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
coming up right here as Tyson Williams is going to keep his offense on the field for Jonesboro. They lead 14-7 with 1:16 to go in the first quarter. Fourth down at the Benton 33-yard line. Jake Slayton goes in motion. Two receivers now wide to the right. Jonathan Adams alone to the left. They're going to try to throw it to him. Junior Hendricks on coverage. It was great coverage by Junior. Now a late flag comes in. It looked like great coverage from Junior Hendricks on fourth down. And the flag thrown by the linesman along the near sideline.
Yeah, what's curious to me is that the guy that's 10 feet from the play calls it, incomplete, doesn't throw the flag, and this guy comes running down the sideline, trailing the play. Maybe he saw something that the other guy couldn't see. I'm not going to say that. I can't see the play from where I'm at. I'm watching it on the little screen we've got in here, but, that's one of those 50-50 balls, Jim. They're going to throw the ball up to their 6'3", 200-pounder and let him battle for it.
The penalty is not going to give Jonesboro a first down. They're going to have to convert another fourth down attempt as the penalty moved the ball to the 17-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 5 for the Hurricane. As the snap is back to Williams. He's looking. He tries to get it to Jamarcus Bibbs, and it's batted away by Braylon Alcorn, and the PDC has held on 4th down.
What a play by Braylon Alcorn. Didn't get in there and didn't tug his jersey, just reached around when he saw the ball coming in and slapped that ball away. What a fantastic play. Can't say enough about that's being a senior right there, just stepping up and making a play when your team needs you.
3 touchdowns in this first quarter, but some really big plays by the defenses early on, Dio.
Yeah, surprisingly from the Jonesboro side, we didn't expect that, I don't think.
First down and 10 Panthers following the stop at their own 17, and there's a hole, and there goes Brandon Hunter. 40, 30, 20, 10. Oh, he's going to be dragged down. They're going to say touchdown, Brandon Hunter.
Well, the ref is out of breath. He couldn't get down there to see it. He's going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Daquan Brown was giving chase. He got to Brandon Hunter inside the 5-yard line. Thought Hunter's knee hit the ground at the 1. They give Brandon the touchdown. An 81-yard touchdown last week, Dio. How about 83 this time for Brandon Hunter?
Wow.
Matt Warwick on to attempt the extra point, and the kick is good.
How many is that for him consecutive this year?
That is 56 of 56.
That is an impressive stat. But did you notice the play? What I really like is Justin Ray took advantage of what Jonesboro's been doing. They've really been pursuing to where they feel that flow. And so he just did a little counter play on him, gave him a look that, that other running back, I think that was Callahan maybe coming across there, came back with the counter with Brandon Hunter, and, boy, he was wide open. The defense over-pursued, took advantage of that. Maybe it'll slow that down a little bit.
Brandon Hunter's longest run of the year had been 81 yards. He bested it right there, 83 yards to the end zone. That's the 4th touchdown drive of less than a minute in this first quarter. Panthers just one play, 83 yards in 12 seconds. And it came after a huge 4th down stop by the defense.
Yeah, well, and you know what I noticed? As Nethery just said, Coach Nethery is in the booth with us, and he pointed out something that I noticed as well. Brandon Hunter blew past Jonathan Adams, who I thought was going to give chase and possibly catch him, but he didn't stand a chance. Brandon Hunter just kept on going.
Matt Warwick with a squib kick that's going to be fielded by the Hurricane at the 33-yard line. So now Jonesboro will scrimmage at their own 33-yard line. We got a tie game. Boy, this one's a fun one. We've seen some explosive plays, but we've seen some really big defensive plays in this first quarter. And now Jonesboro takes possession at their own 33-yard line. Tyson Williams has gone the distance at quarterback for the Hurricane. He hands off to Jamarcus Bibbs, who is going to carry to the 38-yard line, a gain of 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 5, Jonesboro.
Jim, what I'm excited about, Benton's a second quarter team, but statistically, Jonesboro is as well.
Fake from Williams, swing it out to Jonathan Adams, and now Adams turns on the burner, and he's going to outrun the Benton defense, and it's a Jonesboro touchdown as Jonathan Adams caught a quick pass, Dio, and took it 62 yards to the house, and now Jonesboro leads it 20-14.
You know, I talked about that earlier. That's one of those plays. We corralled it back here, actually got him for a 1-yard loss, but it comes down to fundamentals. You've got to wrap that guy up. Got a little bit out of position. They got they ran a lineman out. They lead block with a lineman coming out there. You noticed him pushing Junior around, and I mean that's tough right there.
Colin Crawford on for the extra point, and his kick is good. We've got 26 seconds to go in what has been an incredibly exciting first quarter. Jonesboro leads at 21-14, and I think it's safe to say Jonathan Adams plays a little harder on offense than defense.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that out loud, but, Jim, I have to agree with you. Yeah, he definitely plays a little harder on offense. This is turning into a little bit of a track meet, which I don't necessarily feel goes in our favor. We need to slow their tempo down on offense a little bit, and we've got to get those stops.
Brad Harris said he was hoping to hold them under 40.
Yep.
They're at 21 through the first quarter.
Well, as long as we can match them point for point, we can stay competitive. But this is one of those things where, you know, it just takes one mistake by one person, and it seems like they can score. They did that a while ago on that improvisation play. Yep, they only beat one guy. You know what I'm saying? The other 10 guys on defense had done their jobs. They made the quarterback. They put the quarterback in a bad situation, and that right there was just a couple of the guys on defense. You know, and we tried to pursue, but boy, he turned on the jets.
Kicking it off for Jonesboro, Holden Welch, and back deep to receive for Benton. Tristan Hutchinson is going to come over, and he's going to let that one roll out of bounds. So the Panthers will have good field position as Welch's kick rolls out of bounds. Wow, you can hardly catch your breath in this one.
I'd like to see the statistics added up for how many plays have been run in the first quarter, because these two offenses run a lot of plays very fast. I feel sorry for the referees. They're having to run up and down this field an awful lot tonight.
And maybe why we're seeing these flags periodically so they can catch their breath. First down and 10 Panthers at their own 35 following the kick out of bounds. 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jonesboro leads at 21-14. Nate Beck with Brandon Hunter in the backfield. Give off to Hunter, and he almost busted another one. Dio, as he was tripped up over the 40-yard line down to the 41-yard line. Colton Foster on the tackle for Jonesboro. Second down and 4 Panthers. Beck takes the snap, gives it off to Hunter again, and Hunter has the first down. Foster again on the tackle, but he's over the 45-yard line to the 46. And it'll be first down and 10 Benton as the first quarter is going to run out before the Panthers can get the snap off. Boy, that was an exciting first quarter. We go to the second quarter. It's the Benton Panthers quarter coming up. Benton trails Jonesboro 21-14. This is Benton Panther football brought to you by First Security Bank on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Has been providing area business with the peace of mind knowing that they have reliable John Deere powered diesel generator.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
Never mind.
Banking with integrity.
Welcome back to Cooksey John Stadium. It's the 6A quarterfinals, and Benton trails Jonesboro 21-14 as we go into the second quarter. Benton has it first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Brandon Hunter has it on the carry, and he is going to be bottled up at the 47-yard line after a 1-yard gain. Just a big pile right there that time, Dio. No room for Brandon to run.
Yeah, he ran into a little bit of a brick wall right there.
So it'll be second down and 9 Panthers from their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Brandon Hunter busts it. Hunter at the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Brandon Hunter, 53 yards, and the Panthers are within a Matt Warwick extra point of tying this game.
Was he shot out of a cannon or what? Did you see him come through the line? He was to the safety before the defense even knew the ball was snapped. I've never seen him get a good start like that.
Unbelievable. Brandon Hunter trying to win the high school Heisman in the first half here tonight at Cooksey John Stadium as Matt Warwick boots through the extra point. There is 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, and we're tied again. It's 21-all, Benton and Jonesboro. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by State Senator Jeremy Hutchinson on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
As fast as 100 megabits per second. Ritter joins all JHS fans in cheering on the Hurricane. Ritter Communications, right by you. Locally owned and operated, Service Group 360 Restoration offers the best service all the way around. Nobody works harder to get your home or business restored like new. SG360 owners have been lifelong supporters of the Jonesboro schools. Go Canes!
Yeah, was that another drive of less than a minute, Jim?
Yep. Welcome back to Cooksey John Stadium. How about 4 plays, 65 yards in 56 seconds? It was the longest drive of the game, Dio. Brandon Hunter took it 53 yards to tie this one up at 21 as Matt Warwick kicks it off, and it is going to be fielded by the speedy Ja'Kalen Jackson for Jonesboro, and he is going to be hit by Antonio Fuller, fumble. And
that's a Panther ball. That's Panther ball right there.
Did Blake Smith come up with that one?
It looks like Blake Smith came up with that one.
I believe Will Smith.
Smith. It's the other Smith. No, that is Blake Smith, the number 15.
And they're saying the ball is Jonesboro's. How in the world?
What?
They are saying that Jonesboro has the football, and Dio, I'm in an absolute loss, and so is everybody across the way.
How was that?
As the entire Panther sideline, Brad Harris is waving for the white hat to come over and explain what happened. Scott Nethery runs to the booth to watch a replay. Boy, it looked for everything in the world to us that Benton recovered that football.
Well, and we're not going to be able to get that on replay, unfortunately, but that sure did look like a fumble to me from here.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
Brandon Hunter, Dio, 11 carries, 159 yards.
Wow.
2 touchdowns. As Deshaun Fountain gets the carry, and he's going to try to answer as he's over the 35 to the 30, and he's going to score. And wow, this is unbelievable. 11:09 to go in the second quarter, and Deshaun Fountain takes it 57 yards to the end zone, and it's 27-21 Jonesboro as they take advantage of what we thought was a Panther fumble recovery.
I'm just a little shocked and stunned that there wasn't a little bit more discussion by the referees about what appeared to clearly be a fumble.
And now Colin Crawford going to try his 4th extra point of this first half. Low hold. Get it down, and Colin Crawford boots it through. 11:09 to go in the first half. We do have the shootout we thought we might. It's Jonesboro 28, Benton 21. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by Williams Tire and Service on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Jim, I vote let's just take the defenses off the field and let's just have some judges score the offense by style points. because it doesn't seem like the defenses are doing a whole lot of stops here. It's a lot of big plays. I kind of feel like I'm watching a Pee Wee football game to a certain degree. How long was that drive? 12 seconds?
13.
That's a good guess.
So we have yet to hit the minute mark on a touchdown drive in this first half, and we've seen 7 touchdowns. Dio, we've still got 11:09 to go until halftime.
Yeah, if we keep going at this pace, we're going to have – we're liable to have 150 points scored here tonight.
Record-setting night, perhaps, in the offing, unless one of the defenses steps up. You know, Bobby Wynn is going to be instructing the PDC across the way to be the defense that does step up. As Holden Welch kicks it off, it hits the turf. Tristan Hutchinson fields it on a hop, and he is going to be tackled at the 29-yard line by Jonesboro's Jermaine Hubbard. And Tristan Hutchinson slow to get up on the near sideline as they mark it at the 28.
Yeah, he got slung around a little bit there. Looks like he's fine. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
First down and 10 Panthers at their own 28-yard line as Hutchinson makes his way across the way to the Panther sideline. May have been favoring his arm just a little bit. First down and 10 Panthers as Brandon Hunter is going to line up behind Nate Beck, and he's going to get the carry. And that time Jonesboro waiting on him, drops him for a very short gain of a yard as Kevin Pointer made the tackle. His helmet popped off, and he has to come to the Jonesboro sideline.
Kevin Pointer.
Yeah, that was kind of a strange defensive formation. They really had their three-man front, but it looked like they had their end lined up almost in the A gap on this side.
Empty set. Nate Beck throws to Ty Callahan, and he is hit hard in the open field by Keyshawn Andrews, who dislodged that ball from Ty Callahan. Hardest hit we've seen tonight.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. In the NFL or college, that young man would be ejected for targeting, but in high school they don't have that specific rule.
Ty Callahan shows his toughness as he was hit very hard, bounces up, assumes his position in the slot on a 3rd down and 10 play. Brandon Hunter is going to motion out of the backfield. It's an empty backfield now for Nate Beck, who rolls to his right and throws high, and it's over Clayton Merton's grasp and falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 10 Benton.
Broken up by number 24, Logan Orr. Brings up
And on 4th down, Brad Harris going to send the punt unit on, Dio.
Well, that's tough. We didn't if you're going to trade blows, you're going to let them, let Jonesboro score on one play. You've got to come back. What would be nice is to have a little bit of a drive right there. Eat some of that clock and give your defense a little bit of a break.
4th down and 10, Braden Harris back to punt. Panthers showing a little bit of an odd look here, and they're going to rugby punt it as Braden Harris trying to punt it away from Jacalen Jackson, and he did a great job that time, Dio, as the ball hit, took a Panther roll and is going to roll out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at the 29.
Fantastic call by the coaches. Fantastic execution by Braden Harris. Got to keep the ball out of the hands of number 9. Jacalen Harris?
Jacalen Jackson.
Jacalen Jackson, yeah. You do not want the ball in his hands with room to run.
Saw his speed on a big touchdown back in the first quarter for Jonesboro. 63-yard touchdown reception. And now Jonesboro is going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 29. We got to wait and let the chains reset. They were going 10 yards the wrong way. 10:22 to go in the second quarter. Jonesboro leads at 28-21. The Hurricane defense got to stop. Now it's time for the Benton defense to get one. So Williams takes the snap, gives it off to Jamarcus Bibbs, running to the wide side, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A flag comes in late, and we'll see what the marker is all about, as Jamarcus Bibbs had first down yardage, but a very late flag comes in as he is out of bounds, and it's going to be a hold against Benton. Oh, my.
How is it? No, he pointed to the wrong side. He meant against Jonesboro. They're walking it off against Jonesboro, but I thought the same thing you did against Benton.
So the penalty is going to take it back to the original line of scrimmage, and we'll just have a do-over here. 1st and 10, Jonesboro at the 29 as the penalty marked from the spot of the infraction.
Would be really nice for Benton to get a turnover here.
Jonesboro's forced 2 Panther turnovers. Hurricane yet to turn it over. See if the Panthers can force one as they give it off to Bibbs. Running hard up the middle, and Bibbs is going to be back to the 40-yard line as Braylon Alcorn makes the tackle. Bo Brewer coming in to help as well. But Bibbs picks up 11 yards and a Jonesboro first down to the 40. As they give it off to Bibbs, and Bo Belcher unloads on Bibbs. It's a loss of 1. Bo Belcher came on late to replace Mel Hegwood and took it out on Bibbs.
I think that actually may have worked to his advantage. I don't think the offensive line really accounted for him. He came through untouched.
2nd down and 11, Hurricane. So they snap it very, very quickly. Looking long, Tyson Williams throws it for Ja'Kalen Jackson, who catches it in stride, and he's going to be down to the 10-yard line. DJ Sturgis going to make the tackle, but it's another explosive play for the Hurricane as they are in the red zone at the Benton 10.
Not sure what's going on down there. Looks like little extracurricular activity after the play was over, Jim. I couldn't quite see what happened.
No penalty markers on the field. 1st down and goal for Jonesboro. They give it to Jamarcus Bibbs, and he's hit immediately by Chandler Clift. The pursuit arrives, and it's going to be a loss of 2 back to the 11-yard line. 2nd and goal, Hurricane.
Brings up 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, I said it would be nice to have a turnover. Now a turnover is pretty necessary.
Be really nice right here as Jonesboro all out of sorts on that play. Men moving, the center didn't snap it. It's a false start, 5-yard penalty. So Jonesboro backing up to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal, and an opportunity for the PDC to make a stand right here, Dio.
Yeah, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting that they're going to throw a 50-50 ball to Jonathan Adams over there in the corner. If I'm the Jonesboro coach, that's what I'm calling, especially on 2nd down. I'm going to take the chance on that.
Junior Hendricks is drawing the assignment. Preston Stone sneaking out that way as well in the defense. Williams looking to Adams, now scrambles to his right, throws across his body, incomplete, as he was trying to get it to Courtney Orsby, and it short hops him. It'll be 3rd down and goal, Jonesboro from the 16.
Well, I was wrong. Jonathan Adams didn't run that little fade route. He actually ran that underneath, really kind of a post slant. It's almost it doesn't look like a normal post, but it's not a slant either.
Preston Stone over that way. Junior Hendricks is man up on Jonathan Adams, the talented senior receiver. He's committed to Arkansas State. Will be a Red Wolf next year. Jonesboro hurries now to the line of scrimmage. 1 back in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side on 3rd and goal. Williams looking. Williams firing, almost intercepted as he overthrew Orsby, and DJ Sturgis almost came up with the pick at the right at the goal line. And so on 4th down, Dio, Randy Coleman, the Jonesboro coach, is going to send his kicker, Colin Crawford, on for a field goal.
Well, not surprised by that. Give him a 10-point lead here if he can make the field goal. I don't know what his statistics are for the year. It seems like they score a whole lot of touchdowns.
It's 4 of 4 on the season, along a 36. This one will be a 33-yard attempt. It's a low snap. He gets his foot into it, and it hits the upright and bounds away. No good, and the Panther defense is held.
Yeah, we needed that right there. That's That's gonna pump that team up. I can guarantee you that. When you're on defense, you give up that big play that they did to Ja'Kalen Jackson, quarterback threw a perfect pass. You get downfield and then you stop them in the red zone. That's what we talked about. They did that against Greenwood. The defense has got to do that a couple times tonight, and that can be the difference in this game.
Colin Crawford, his first field goal miss of the season, and it gives the Panthers the football at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Jonesboro leads at 28-21 with 8:39 to go in the first half. Brandon Hunter makes a couple of men miss. He's going to dance toward the Panthers sideline, pick up 8 yards. It's a good first down run for Brandon Hunter.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run. Ball security. If I could whisper something in the ear of our players, it would be ball security right now.
Taylor Cochran and Joshua George blocking on the right side of the line to open that hole for Brandon Hunter. 2nd down and 2. Hunter, the lone back in the backfield. 3 receivers to the short side. Hunter gets it and explodes for the first down to the 37-yard line. That is a gain for Brandon Hunter of 9 yards and a first down Panthers.
Jim, I don't know about you. Maybe it's because my view's usually on the sideline, but does it seem like he's hitting the hole a lot harder?
Very quick tonight.
Yeah, it really seems like it's a different type play almost.
Running with a lot of purpose tonight as Hunter gets it again, and that time Jonesboro ready for him. Kyler Miles is going to make the stop of Hunter for a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11 Panthers at their own 36. Allison, the lone receiver, to the left. Mertens, Pepper, and Callahan to the right. Nate Beck awaits the snap. Gives it to Brandon Hunter going wide, and that time Asa Sharon, the linebacker for Jonesboro, is going to stop Hunter for a loss back to the 32-yard line. Now Benton behind the sticks. Dio, 3rd down and 15.
Yeah, really, you credit the Jonesboro linebacker. He read that play, shot the gap, and came through and was able to bring Brandon Hunter down. That's, sometimes that's a tackle Brandon Hunter can slip, and if he does, he's going to get some good yardage on that play. But good job by the Jonesboro defender.
3rd down and 15 for the Panthers. Clayton Mertens, the H-back, comes in near the line of scrimmage. Now Beck pressured, rolling, and Beck is going to be sacked back at the 28-yard line as Jacarvis Anderson, the 6'5", 240-pound defensive end for Jonesboro, got to Beck and dropped him for a loss. It's 4th and 18 Panthers.
Not quite the result we wanted, and it's strange. It seems like Brandon Hunter's either off to the races or he'll have a good start to the series, but then their defense bows up and does a really good job.
Comes that rugby kick again from Braden Harris, and he's going to kick it over Ja'Kalen Jackson's head. Wow. What a punt. You talking about flipping the field. Braden Harris puts that one inside the 20. They're going to mark it all the way down at the Hurricane 13. What a booming kick for Braden Harris.
Yeah, talk about flipping the field. That's what you want your special teams to do right there. That was fantastic.
So Jonesboro will have it 1st down and 10 from their own 13-yard line. 6:34 to go in the first half, and Jonesboro leads it 28-21. How big would a turnover be right now on this end of the field?
I'd prefer the pick 6 variety, Jim, if I can place my order. That's what I'd like right here.
See if the PDC can serve it up. 1st down in the handoff, and it's going to be a scrum at the 16-yard line. As Deshaun Fountain carried the football. Braylon Alcorn on the tackle for Benton.
For two teams that were statistically second quarter teams, the first quarter seems to be their high scoring quarter.
They give it off again to the running back, and again very short yardage that time on the run, and it'll be 3rd down and long for Jonesboro, 3rd down and 6 from their own 16-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Matt Johnson moves into the booth, doing a little engineering up here to the equipment. 3rd down and 6 for Jonesboro. They're going to send Jonathan Adams to the left, empty the backfield, a 5-receiver look. This time for the Hurricane as Tyson Williams tries to hard count. Benton defense does not move, very disciplined. Now the snap back to Williams. He's looking, pressured. Williams rolling, pressured again. He's hit. Now he's going to be dropped as Chandler Clift gets to him. But that time, Braden Harris, Blake Edwards, Mel Hegwood, and finally Chandler Clift.
Yeah, fantastic job. I mean, the quarterback did a really good job of trying to keep the play alive there, but just the persistence of Mel Hegwood, Braden Harris, and Chandler Clift back there, fantastic play on defense.
You want to hear a crazy stat in this shootout? Jonesboro 1 of 6 on third down conversions.
That is a crazy stat. They haven't needed many third downs.
There's the punt, and it's going to be a short punt that's going to hit at the 40, take a Benton bounce, and Benton's going to have it, Dio, in Jonesboro territory at the 39-yard line. Boy, Braden Harris flips the field. You get a 3 and out, and look where you got the football now at the Jonesboro 39.
Absolutely, yeah. Credit Braden Harris and the defense for getting the stop, but credit Braden Harris. Where did he punt that from? He punted from almost the 10-yard line, maybe the 15 earlier, and now look where we're at. I mean, that's some good offense right there by your special teams.
Special teams and defense have done their job.
Yeah, absolutely.
An opportunity now for the Panther offense to tie this ball game up. It's 28-21 Jonesboro, 4:46 to go in the first half. Pistol look, give to Brandon Hunter. Hunter trying to find a hole as Jonesboro again plugging the center of the line, and Hunter is going to pick up 3 yards on that carry. It'll be 2nd down and 7, Benton.
I thought I heard him say Ollie Ollie Oxenfree. It looked like a game of hide and seek for a minute.
Hiding behind those big offensive linemen. 2nd down. Fake it to Hunter this time. Throw to Clayton Merton. So that was Ty Callahan. It was beyond his outstretched grasp, but now it's 3rd down for the Panthers. And Dio Benton just 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions in this one.
Yeah, well, both defenses are doing a really good job on 3rd down. You got to credit the defenses on that. Is that guy not in the neutral zone right there?
Looked like Kevin Pointer jumped. No flag. As Nate Beck resets his offense. Snap clock down to 5. The snap back. Fake to Hunter. Throw! And, boy, that one was almost intercepted by Logan Orr as Nate Beck tried to force it into coverage, that time to Clayton Mertens, and Panthers lucky that wasn't their 3rd turnover of the first half.
Yeah, really lucky. And I think that those are typically higher percentage plays, and that maybe is what Nate's looking at. He's expecting that guy to be wide open, but we need to look at some of those out routes and not in the heart of the defense.
4th down and 7. Panthers go for it. Nate Beck throws, trying to get it to Michael Allison. He makes the catch. Where are they going to spot him, Dio?
It looks like they're going to spot him short. I don't know that that's a real good spot, though, either. The referee dropped the ball when he got it thrown to him, and when he picked it back up, I think he lost track of where he was.
Michael Allison coming back to the football, makes the catch. They mark him at the 30, which is a yard short. And so now the Hurricane defense is held on 4th down and will take possession of the ball at their own 30-yard line. 4:13 to go in the first half. Jonesboro leads it 28-21. So we've seen good defensive stands the last 2 possessions. Need another one here from the PDC.
Yeah, we really do. We need to get a 3 and out and keep the field position on our side of the field. You kind of have to feel good about it if we can go into half only down 1 score or possibly tied.
Here comes Jonathan Adams on the jet sweep. He throws a stiff arm, and how about Will White not giving up? Will White was stiff-armed and still made the tackle.
I've got to wonder if Will White's ever ridden a bull before, because he had that bull rider's grip on his jersey. He was not letting go.
Jonathan Adams picks up 4 yards to the 34. It's 2nd down and 6. Hurricane as they hurry to the line of scrimmage. Williams with the snap. Here comes the pressure from Braden Harris. Intercepted. DJ Sturgis at the 30, at the 20. Makes a man miss. DJ Sturgis with a pick 6. Touchdown, Benton.
The PDC delivered on my order. I'd like to call Coach Wynn and let him know that I appreciate that. What a play.
Yeah, absolutely. As Nethery comes in and says, Dio called it. DJ Sturgis' second interception of the season, his second defensive touchdown of the season, and it brings Benton within a point as Matt Warwick is on to attempt the extra point with 3:57 to go in the first half. Preston Stone to hold. Chandler Cliff snaps. It's down. It's up. It's good. We've got 3:57 to go in the first half, and we're tied again. It's Benton 28, Jonesboro 28. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by CDI Contractors on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Well, Jim, I've got some scores for you in the meantime. Danny Revis was kind enough to send us some scores up. Glen Rose is up 14-7 over Elkins right now. Harmony Grove and Atkins are tied, knotted at 0. Bryant is up 13-2 over Harbor. And no surprise here, really, Greenwood up 17-0 over El Dorado. And another 6A East matchup, Pine Bluff 22 over Searcy 0.
Panthers score on a defensive pick six from DJ Sturgis. Matt Warwick will kick off, and he is going to squib it on the ground. It's going to take a hop underneath the legs of Kyler Miles. Trying to pick it up was Ja'Kalen Jackson, and boy, he is covered up. There's a fumble, and have the Panthers got on it this time?
Yes, they've gotten it.
Absolutely, and I believe that was Barrett Warhurst that got on it, the senior.
Fantastic play. Happy for that young man right there. Barrett Warhurst putting in all the work, all the offseason, all the time. Gets a little bit of gratification right there. Hey, there you go right there. That's the turnover battle. That's 2 turnovers back-to-back for the Benton Panthers.
A pick six results in a touchdown, and now Barrett Warhurst recovers a fumble on the kickoff, and the Panthers have it 1st and 10 at the Hurricane 13. Beck rolls out. Beck looking. Beck swinging it to Brandon Hunter and just overthrew him. Hunter had broken free in the end zone, and Nate Beck just a little beyond Hunter's reach. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, honestly, it may be a little bit of that wind at his back. That's a pretty stiff win. It's not hard to overthrow. Here we go, putting in my man Braden Harris. Let's see if he can get it done on the ground again.
Panthers going heavy package, jumbo package at the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Belcher and Krebs are power to the right. They're going to come back to the left with Braden Harris. He tried to hurdle the pile, and he's going to be down at the 11-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Panthers.
Don't be surprised, Jim, if you don't see a little trickery out of this formation. The Jonesboro coach talked about, there's no bones about it. They know what we're doing. We're coming straight at them. You got to wonder, they've got a package out of this, or they've got a pass play out of this. Well,
Taylor Cochran checks out. Nate Beck checks in. Ty Callahan now in motion. Beck faking. Beck throwing to Braden Harris for the touchdown. Was that a tackle-eligible play, or did he come
He was
from
lined
the
up
power
in the
back?
backfield. Yeah, he was lined up at the.
Taylor Cochran, the guard, went out. Nate Beck came in at quarterback. He throws to Braden Harris for the touchdown. And, guys, the Panthers have taken the lead. It's 34-28 Benton with 3:12 to go. Matt Warwick drills the extra point with 3:12 to go in the first half. It's Benton 35, Jonesboro 28. And, wow, has this one turned in a hurry.
Boy, it really has. Down a score. Not really able to get much going on offense, and then defense makes a play, flips the momentum. You get the bad play from Jonesboro on that kickoff return, and we get the ball back. And then Braden Harris doesn't run it in. He catches the pass. I mean, what a play.
And you're fine with that,
I'm
right?
absolutely fine with that, Jim.
Would it surprise you, Dio, if I said another touchdown drive of less than a minute?
Wouldn't surprise me one lick, I promise you.
3 plays, 14 yards. It took 42 seconds, and Nate Beck hits Braden Harris for an 11-yard Benton Panther touchdown and a 35-28 Benton lead.
What's crazy is we've been playing now. Kickoff was at 7 o'clock. We've been playing for 73 minutes. yet almost all the touchdown drives have been less than a minute. It doesn't make any sense.
But it's kind of what we expected.
It is kind of what we expected.
Coming up here tonight, just a shootout.
This is the second round of the playoffs.
Matt Warwick's going to squib it on the ground again, and Kyler Miles is going to have all kinds of trouble fielding it again. Dio, that is their nose man. Kyler Miles, he's 6 foot 285. He fumbles it around, picks it up, and then slides into second with it at the 35-yard line.
That's really a great call by the special teams coaches. That's just fantastic coaching right there. Pick on the guy that doesn't usually handle the ball.
He's in there for his blocking, and Benton is kicking it to him every time on the ground, making him field it. Here comes Jonesboro, 1st and 10 from their 35. Williams is going to reverse roll. He's going to hit Ja'Kalen Jackson, who makes a couple of men miss and is going to be into Panther territory at the 49-yard line before he is tackled by Bo Brewer. And how about the nose man, Mel Hegwood, downfield on the tackle as well?
It never fails to amaze me where Mel Hegwood makes plays at.
1st and 10 Hurricane at the Benton 49-yard line. Williams hands off to Deshaun Fountain running left, and he's going to pick up 4 yards to the Benton 45-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 6 Jonesboro.
As Terry Benham weighs in via text message to remind me that our talk about how this game's going, he says there's a title fight going on in Jonesboro, and Terry, our good friend, is very correct.
2nd down and 6, Hurricane. Williams drops back. Williams pressured. Williams sacked. And getting to him again, Chandler Clift with the sack. How about the relentless effort of Chandler Clift?
Talk about that, but also let's give some credit to the secondary there. DJ Sturgis, Bo Brewer. I see Preston Stone back there, Junior Hendricks. They are, the quarterback didn't have anywhere to go with the ball. That you got to credit that. That's a great job by the secondary of making sure all those receivers are covered up, and then, like you said, the relentless pursuit of Chandler Clift.
These Jonesboro receivers are all 4'6" or better, and the Panthers secondary had them blanketed that time. Here comes the 3rd down, and is it another interception? Boy, DJ Sturgis almost got him another pick as the pass is incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 6 Hurricane.
DJ Sturgis having himself a little coming out party here in the second round of the playoffs, really making a good play on that ball right there.
Beautiful break on the ball by DJ. It's incomplete, and Jonesboro is going to trot out their punter, Garrett Childers, on a 4th down and 6 at the Benton 45. Do you watch for something tricky here, Dio?
Yeah, I don't trust a team that really likes offense as much as Jonesboro does. I don't know that I'm proven wrong.
They're going to punt it away. Benton with nobody back. They were looking for something tricky. It takes a Benton roll, and it's going to be downed at the 25-yard line. So now with 1:37 to go, boy, this is interesting. The Panthers lead by 7. Do you try to go with something here, or do you take your 7-point lead, or are you content with that?
Well, Jonesboro is going to get the ball coming out of the half. So you'd like to if I'm the coach, which I'm not, I would like to get a two-score lead, even if it's just a field goal.
And you might get that with a Brandon Hunter run. What the Panthers are going to try, and Brandon is going to pick up a couple of yards on 1st down. He's tackled by Malik Hubbard. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 Benton as that clock continues to tick down to 1:20. Benton with all 3 timeouts, and now Braden Harris is going to check in on offense. He's going to line up at the H-back at a power set. Clock down to 10 seconds on the snap clock. Harris is going to set up to the right of the formation. Hunter to the right as well. Going to counter back to the left, and Harris was going to throw a lead block, but Brandon Hunter couldn't get away from Kevin Pointer, who drops him at the 25-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 10 Panthers. And now Jonesboro takes a timeout, so they want to get the football back before halftime, Dio.
Yeah, not a bad call by Jonesboro. They know they're a quick strike offense, and if we're going to be just content to run the clock out on the ground like that, Jonesboro is going to want the ball back. especially if they can get pretty good field position with it. And you know what they're going to try to do. They're going to throw it up to one of their speedy receivers, give them that 50-50 ball, and hope they can come down with it or at least get a pass interference call.
Such an explosive first half, but how about that sequence of plays? DJ Sturgis with the pick 6. Panthers come up with the fumble recovery by Barrett Warhurst on the kickoff, get the touchdown pass to Braden Harris. That was 14 points in a hurry.
Yeah, it really was. Really flipped the momentum. We need to keep it going here. Justin Ray looks like he's dialing up something. He's got his play sheet out. That's the advantage that I have on the sidelines is I can walk up close enough where I can hear what's going on in there. It's sometimes nice to know.
That 14-point flurry in 42 seconds has Benton up 35-28. 56 seconds to go in the first half. Benton facing a 3rd down and 10 following the Jonesboro timeout. Callahan in motion. Panthers fumble the snap. And it appears as if Brandon Hunter falls on it back at the 22-yard line. Jonesboro takes their last time out of the half as the clock sits at 53 seconds, and Benton will have 4th and 13 and going to punt it away.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite the play that Coach Ray had dialed up there. I don't think that's the way that was supposed to work. Well, Braden Harris has been, the 2 punts he had that were rugby style were both really good punts. He's got the wind at his back. If we can pin them back deep again, makes it a little bit more difficult to run the length of the field in 50-something seconds. Plus, that kind of punt is going to take some time off the clock because it's going to hit and bounce.
Appreciate Smith Caldwell Drugstore sponsoring Benton Panther football for you tonight. They're located at 414 North Main Street. Stan and Patty Chester and Scotty and Holly Hodges personally thank you for shopping local. And throughout the season, they have wished the Panthers good luck and safe travels, and the Panthers have certainly had that. And hope it continues here tonight. On 4th down, Braden Harris called on to punt. It's a good snap back to Harris. The rugby punt, this time he kicks it very, very high. A lot of hang time. It's going to take a Panther roll down to the Jonesboro 42-yard line where Trey Pepper and Blake Smith combined to let that one roll dead before they pick it up, which is very smart to let that clock keep rolling.
Yeah, but I don't know if you noticed, but we got a little home cooking clock management here because that clock was stopped about 2 seconds before the whistle blew.
See if the AD Nethery can move down a couple of boosts and keep that clock switch going. 41 seconds to go in the first half. Benton leads at 35-28. Now the Hurricane will have it at their own 42-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Moving to a 2-safety look here.
Williams steps back. Williams pressured. Williams fires, and Braden Harris intercepts it. Braden Harris has picked it off at the 48-yard line, and the 3rd turnover of the quarter, Dio. Braden Harris, your offensive pick to click, comes up big on defense.
Wow. And he did pick it. He bobbled it, but it did not hit the ground. Who was the quarterback even throwing to? I didn't see anybody but Braden Harris right there.
1st down and 10. Now Panthers with it in Jonesboro territory at the Hurricane 49 following the Braden Harris interception.
They got Preston Stone in there at receiver. They're taking a shot here.
Callahan, Pepper, and Stone at receiver. Beck drops back. Beck throws to Clayton Mertens. They tried to pitch it to Preston Stone on the hitch and pitch, and it was fumbled. Has Jonesboro come up with it, or are they going to mark Mertens down? I believe they're marking Mertens down, Dio, at the 45. The Jonesboro defense coming to the near sideline as the officials meet and confer, and they are going to rule Hurricane football.
Yeah, Coach Harris is over there signaling, no, that's supposed to be an incomplete pass because it was pitched out quick, and I don't know what the rule is on that. Coach Nethery, what say you?
That's a Mertens catch. He's trying to pitch it to Preston Stone. We saw it at the end of the Salt Bowl. And that time the pitch went awry as Mertens hit as he was pitching. Jonesboro recovers the fumble, and now Jonesboro with a little razzle-dazzle. They're going to Reverse to A.J. Aycock, who throws for Jonathan Adams, and Preston Stone breaks it up. The quarterback who's been injured all season, Dio, checks in for Jonesboro, takes the reverse, throws downfield, and Preston Stone not fooled at all.
Well, and he didn't throw a very pretty ball at all. And in this wind, that ball just kind of hangs up there in the air and gives you time. Surprisingly, Adams was actually a little bit open. Had that ball been thrown well, he may have been able to catch that.
2nd down and 10, Hurricane from the 47. Williams drops back. Williams throws. Catch is made. Junior Hendricks makes the tackle immediately of Courtney Orsby at the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Snap back to Williams. He steps up into the pocket, throws it to Jake Slayton on the sideline, who makes the catch, gets out of bounds at the 36. Braylon Alcorn on coverage for Benton. 1st down and 10. Jonesboro with 3 seconds to go in the half. They've got time for one play, Dio Vanucci.
Yeah, and you know who they're going to probably go to. It's going to look – I'm going to say this is probably going to be a little bit of a Hail Mary ball. Coach Wynn's going to take that timeout and bring his defense over, and they're going to have a little chat about that. I'm going to assume he's going to put in the Air Force call, put Trey Pepper back there at safety. You know, yeah. Matt's got the fumble pulled up. Let's go back to that and let's take another look at that.
Yeah, Clayton Mertens clearly made the catch. Just bad pitch as he was hit immediately after he caught it.
Well, and it was almost a forward lateral had it been caught.
So here's where we are. Benton leads at 35-28. Jonesboro has the football at the Benton 36-yard line. We have time for one more play in the first half. 3 seconds remain. Bobby Wynn and Brad Harris have taken a timeout to visit with their defense.
Well, they're not putting in the Air Force call. I saw Trey Pepper out there, but looks like they changed their mind on that. They're going to go with their regular defense.
Regular personnel, Bo Belcher will line up at noseman. Mel Hegwood not in there for this 1st and 10 snap, but it is the last snap of the first half. Tyson Williams drops back. He's got 3 receivers to his right. He's throwing for the end zone to Jonathan Adams. Ball batted away. The Panthers tackled Adams while the ball was in the air. Flag thrown, and Jonesboro is going to get another untimed down as we're going to have an interference coming up against Benton. So that'll move the ball to the Benton 21-yard line, Dio, and we're going to have one more snap in this first half as Benton had Jonathan Adams blanketed a little too closely.
Yeah. We had 3 defenders back there. I don't know that it was necessary, but you know, if he would have scored a touchdown, I would have said, well, we should have committed the penalty to stop that.
So one untimed down to end the first half. Tyson Williams with 2 receivers to each side of the formation. He's looking left. Now he's pressured. Fumble. And it's picked up by the big offensive lineman, and he is dropped by Braylon Alcorn. As Bo Belcher got to Tyson Williams, dropped him for a loss, separated him from the football, and it is an enthusiastic group of Panthers, Dio, that go to halftime leading 35-28.
Yeah, I know they're out of breath, but you and I are out of breath up here in the booth. I'm telling you, what a football game. I mean, it's what you expect out of the 6A playoffs when 2 quality teams meet. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better matchup. Jonesboro's offense and our defense, our offense, and what apparently is a renewed Jonesboro defense.
We're going to take a 3-minute break, and when we come back, Dr. Mike Skelton, superintendent of Benton Schools, will join us. It's halftime at Jonesboro. Benton leads at 35-28. This is Benton Panther football on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Promotional consideration for today's game is brought to you by Throwback Cuts, Fades, Razor Lines, Colored Designs, Straight Razor Shave. The latest styles are what we do. Sweet Tea Cafe. Dine in and ask about our daily specials or call ahead for catering and carryout 501-943-7700. Williams Tire. We take pride in offering name brand tires, wheels, and auto repair service to our customers. Papa John's Pizza. Receive 30% off your order during this broadcast. Use the promo code FIDELITY.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
We are leaps and bounds ahead of all of our competitors in all of our markets, which sets us apart. What our internet allows you to do is it allows you to grow and expand and continue to do exactly what you want to do and not see any downtime or anything like that with your service. We're constantly proactively trying to make that service, our services, better for the customer. And it's a tops down thing. It's from the executive team all the way down to our customer care agents. Everyone really truly cares about it, which makes Fidelity a unique company to work for.
For all of your internet, television, and phone needs, call Fidelity or visit us online today.
Family owned, customer friendly is more than just a slogan. It's a better way to buy a car and the right way to do business. Come see us and discover the difference at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit. If you haven't been to Everett Buick GMC, we'd like to invite you to come see us and experience what family owned, customer friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
God, did you see that? Did you see that?
We're almost ready for the second half. Jonesboro's on the field. The Panthers making their way out of their locker room. Benton leads at 35-28. Some ridiculous numbers in the first half. Benton 249 yards of total offense. Jonesboro 305. Brandon Hunter had 173 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns in that first half. Both teams with 3 turnovers. Neither team converting on third down. It's been big plays on first and second down, and no scoring drive over a minute long in that first half.
Yeah, that's the unbelievable stat, is that there's not a single scoring drive over a minute. That's crazy.
As Jenny Causey has Brad Harris, we go down to the field for the halftime interview with the coach.
Coach, you went into the locker room with a 7-point lead on a team that scores an average of 51 points per game. What was your message?
To hang on defensively. we really felt like if we could keep them under 42, we got a great chance to win tonight. And we're in a great situation right now. Defensively, we've given up a couple big ones, so we got to settle in and play a little bit better defensively. Offensively, we've done a great job putting 35 on them. We've got them second-guessing themselves a little bit, I think. So, the message is, hey, we can win, okay? We're in the ballgame. We're in great shape right now.
Well, you average 41 points a game, and you're already at 35. What do you do to up the ante there?
Well, we got to take care of the football. We've had a couple of turnovers, and we put our defense in a bad situation. That's the biggest thing that's happened to us offensively. Take care of the football and just make some things happen offensively. We'll keep mixing, run, and pass.
All right. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Awesome, Jenny. Thank you very much. Dio, you heard Brad Harris's thoughts. What are your thoughts going into the second half?
Well, I agree with him. I think you've got Jonesboro a little bit off their game. Aside from West Memphis, they've won all 9 of their other games. I don't think they're used to being down at half, and I don't really think they knew what to expect from us defensively. The 2 interceptions, DJ Sturgis coming up huge, and then the turnover on the kickoff. I think that Brad's right. We've got their offense a little bit out of sorts. What we've got to do this next half, what I did notice is we've got to have, like you said, the stat about the 1 minute, we've got to have some sustained drives. That's what it's going to take, really eating some clock here. When you've got a lead on a team like this, you want to add to it, but you'd kind of like to add to it a little slower.
Need some third down conversions in this second half. Keep some drives alive. As you look at individual stats, Brandon Hunter, 173 yards rushing in that first half. Tyson Williams, 9 of 20 passing for 225 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, but threw the 2 picks late in the half. Jonathan Adams, their big play wide receiver, 74 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, just 3 catches.
Yeah, that's actually a really telling stat. He's averaged, I can't remember, what does he average?
Came in with 66 catches.
66 catches in 10 games. That's, almost an average of 7 catches a game. Preston Stone and Junior Hendricks doing a fantastic job on his side of the field.
Jonesboro will receive the second half kickoff. As we look at scores from around the state, Greenwood leads El Dorado at half 17-0. Pine Bluff over Searcy 22-0. Russellville leads West Memphis 24-7. The Hornets lead Harbor at half up at Springdale 20-2. Glen Rose leads Elkins 28-7. And Harmony Grove and Atkins are tied at half, Freddie, 0-0.
Well, Jim, I'm not sure where you're getting your information because I'm getting mine from Danny Revis, and Harmony Grove actually leads 7-0 now, and Russellville's up 31-7.
Well, Danny must be refreshing Fearless Friday quicker than I can. Thank you, Danny, as the kickoff is going to go to the big nose man, Kyler Miles, and he fields it with a knee on the ground at the 33. Tell you what, Danny, if you keep those updates coming, we'll work off your updates, and we won't have to be refreshing on the Fearless Friday scoreboard up here. Appreciate it very much. Jonesboro will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line to begin the second half. And how good would a 3-and-out be to start this second half for the PDC?
Yeah, and Jim, I'll be honest with you, I don't even have to have a 3-and-out just as long as we stop them, get the ball back. And I don't care how we do it, whether it's a turnover or a 4th down conversion, doesn't matter to me. But right here, this is a tone-setting drive. You want your defense to come out and play big right here.
Jonesboro splits 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Tyson Williams is going to keep it, and he's hit in the backfield by Braden Harris. It is going to be a loss of 8 yards. No, mark it at 7. They're going to give him the 27. Wow. 7-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 17 for Jonesboro.
Well, he didn't fool Braden Harris at all on that play. Braden Harris was focused on the quarterback the entire way.
Braden having a big game. The guy Randy Coleman called the box thumper. Doing a great job at middle linebacker. They throw it out to Jonathan Adams, and he's hit and dropped for a loss by DJ Sturgis at the 25-yard line. That Panther defense playing with confidence. It's going to be 3rd down and 19 Hurricane.
Yeah, and the Hurricane need to be very careful about that. That's a block in the back on DJ Sturgis right there. They're lucky they didn't get a flag on that.
How big has DJ Sturgis been in the last quarter? And
he's been huge.
First possession of this second half. Williams back to pass. He's going to air it out, trying to get it to Jacayla Jackson. Overthrows him. Junior Hendricks in coverage. And it is going to be a 3-and-out as Jonesboro will punt it away on 4th and 19.
Just like we talked about, have to have that tone setter series right there. And that's how you set the tone. Drop them back for a loss on the first play, get them for another loss on the second play, and then pressure the quarterback for the 3-and-out.
Garrett Childers will punt it away. On 4th and 19, a slow snap. Here come the Panthers pressuring him. It's a high kick that Peyton Paulette is going to fair catch at the 38-yard line. And so we'll see the Panther offense for the first time in this second half. The defense with a really, really good start to the second half.
Yeah, fantastic start. Hey, credit to Mel Hegwood for there. He went for the block, but he did a great job of making sure that he didn't run into the kicker. He avoided the penalty there and didn't hurt us.
First down and 10 Panthers at their own 38-yard line. Brett Tittle, the center for the Panthers. Joshua George and Bo Belcher on the right side of the line. Kyle Mayfield and Jared Hastings on the left side. Quick pass out to Trey Pepper. And Trey Pepper uncharacteristically with a drop. It'll be 2nd and 10 Benton.
Yeah, he dropped the first pass thrown to him, and then he caught the next couple, and then he dropped this first one of the second half. He just needs to get his hands warmed up. It's cold out there.
Trey Pepper splits to the right with Clayton Mertens in the slot. Michael Allison to the left with Ty Callahan in the slot. 2nd down and 10. Hunter in the backfield, option to the right, pitch to Hunter. Up comes Daquan Brown from his safety position to drop Brandon Hunter at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down and 10, and the defense is flexing their muscle to start the second half.
Yeah, defense did a great job of pursuing out into the flats right there and then coming up and making the tackle. I mean, you got to hand it to both defenses, at the start of this second half. Maybe we'll have a low-scoring second half here.
3rd down and 10, Benton. 3 receivers to the wide side. Michael Allison, the lone receiver, to the short side of the field. Benton moves left to right as we begin the third quarter. Nate Beck fakes to Brandon Hunter. Going to throw back this time to Trey Pepper, who has a first down. He's in the Jonesboro secondary at the 30. Stiff arms a man all the way down to the 20-yard line before Daquan Brown brings him down. And that is a big 3rd down conversion. Huge play for the Panthers. They pick up 50 yards into Jonesboro red zone.
Huge play. Made up for the drop pass on the first play. Comes up big. Look right here. This is what's fantastic. Blows right by the linebacker and then is able to put just a heck of a stiff arm on this defender and drive him for an extra 10 yards there after contact.
It's a 40-yard gain as the snap is back to Bo Brewer. Bo Brewer picking his way for a first down inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. So the Panthers have 1st and goal at the Hurricane 9. And a touchdown here, Dio, would give Benton a 2-score lead.
Yeah, would really like to pour it on Jonesboro here, especially coming out of that, first defensive stop. If we can turn it around and come out and get up 14 points, that makes a big difference.
Braden Harris and Bryson Krebs, the power backs, the direct snap to Bo Brewer. He's going to patiently try to wait for a hole to open up, and it's going to be a minimal gain as Jacarvis Anderson makes the tackle for Jonesboro. In fact, they mark him at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal Benton from the Jonesboro 9.
Nate Beck checks back in here.
Krebs, Harris, and Brewer go to the sideline as the regular offensive personnel come in. Michael Allison will split to the short side, which is the right side of the field. Callahan, Mertens, and Pepper split to the wide side. Hunter in the backfield gets the carry. Hunter is going to find the end zone.
What a run.
And the linesman on the far side was marking him down. The linesman on the near side said touchdown. They get together and say touchdown Brandon Hunter. And with 8:21 to go in the third quarter, we had a touchdown drive of more than a minute, and Benton leads at 41-28.
Yeah, did you see that on the replay there? He fumbled the ball to himself in the air, caught it, and was still able to hold on for the score.
Matt Warwick boots the extra point through, and now Benton leads it by 2 scores. 8:21 to go in the third. It's 42-28 Panthers. This is Benton Panther football brought to you by Saline Memorial Hospital on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
What a marathon drive for the Panthers. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. 6 plays, 62 yards. Brandon Hunter scores from 9 yards out, and a big third down conversion on that touchdown drive, Dio.
Yep, that conversion by Trey Pepper was huge. Going for the onside here.
As Matt Warwick onside kicks it, it's going to be recovered by Jonesboro's Clint Harper at the 45-yard line. But, boy, Brad Harris couldn't have scripted a better open to the second half.
No, you really can't. 3 and out by your defense, come in, and really one of those momentum-changing third down conversions. You know, it wasn't just a barely there. He really made some yards, and with that stiff arm, I got to tell you, when you're a senior, that's what you want to do. You basically want to punch him in the mouth.
Panthers doing that here to start the second half as the carry was Daniel Johnson, and he is going to be upended by Mel Hegwood after a very short gain. It'll be second and a long 9, Jonesboro. Panthers lead at 42-28, clock under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Williams takes the snap, fakes to Johnson, looking for Jonathan Adams, who makes the catch, and you see him use that big body. Dio, it takes 7 Panthers to drag him down at the Benton 39.
Yeah, I mean, he's a weapon. What can you say? When you've got that big body like that, you run that little delayed slant, boom, turns his body, makes it where the defender has to go through him to get to the ball. That's textbook.
Daniel Johnson gets the carry as Jonesboro goes in a hurry, and he's down to the 25-yard line. Bo Brewer and Preston Stone on the tackle for the Panthers. It's first down Jonesboro, and they're trying to answer back quickly as they're already at the Benton 25-yard line. Chain set, snap already off. Williams looking for Adams, and he's going to catch it for a Jonesboro touchdown. And wow, Jonesboro answers right back. Tyson Williams to Jonathan Adams, 25 yards, and it's now 42-34.
Wow. What can you say? I mean, perfect pass. Big receiver goes up, uses his hands just like he's supposed to. Great offensive play right there.
Colin Crawford on to attempt the extra point for the Hurricane to try to narrow the gap to 7, and he does convert it, but Benton still leads it with 7:32 to go in the third quarter. It's our Panthers 42, Jonesboro 35. Benton Panther football brought to you by First National Title. Will continue after this break on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
We are leaps and bounds ahead of all of our competitors in all of our markets, which sets us apart. What our internet allows you to do is it allows you to grow and expand and continue to do exactly what you want to do and not see any downtime or anything like that with your service. We're constantly proactively trying to make that service, our services, better for the customer. And it's a tops down thing. It's from the executive team all the way down to our customer care agents. Everyone really truly cares about it, which makes Fidelity a unique company to work for.
For all of your internet, television, and phone needs, call Fidelity or visit us online today.
Jonesboro takes this is more like it, 48 seconds.
There you go.
4 plays, 56 yards. It's a 25-yard pitch and catch from Tyson Williams to Jonathan Adams. And the game is now 42-35 with 7:32 to go in the third quarter. Appreciate Chris Ramsey updating us on Harmony Grove leading Atkins 10-7. It's Paul Calley's Cardinals trying to get their second playoff win. Holden Welch tees it up for Jonesboro, and the wind blows it off the tee again. Let's go down to Jenny real quick. Jenny, the wind blowing the ball off the tee, how cold is it down there?
Oh, it's not cold at all. As a matter of fact, there was a gentleman down here eating an ice cream cone a while ago.
Oh, my word.
No, it's cold. It's chilly. I don't know if I have toes on my feet anymore, but hey, it's football.
Playoff weather, perfect, huh?
Absolutely. Wouldn't be anywhere else.
And we sure appreciate you being down on the sideline tonight as Holden Welch has teed it for the third time. We'll see if he can kick it off before the wind blows it over. He does. It's in the air and is going to be fielded by Brandon Hunter. He's over the 20. He's down the Panther sideline, comes back to the center of the field, and it's a very good return for Brandon Hunter to the 47-yard line. And again, Dio, there is a burst in Brandon Hunter tonight that is an extra gear.
Yeah, he's not a lot of times it seems like he's running at a little over half speed, kind of trying to pick his spots and see where the hole is. But tonight, he's just going all out and making the holes himself.
Brandon will be in the backfield for this first down play. Benton will scrimmage from their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10, and Hunter's going to get it to the short side of the field, and he's going to pick up 3 yards to midfield. It'll be 2nd down and 7 Panthers.
After going to Jenny down there and talking about the cold, I want to give a big thank you to John Penn for coming down sick for tonight's game so that I could be up here in the booth where it's the window's open a little bit. We got a little breeze coming in, but it's not that bad.
Hey, John, who needs friends? Who needs enemies with friends like Dio?
That's right.
Thanking his lucky stars that you're not here tonight. Is Keyshawn Andrews limping off the field, the Jonesboro cornerback. And he's going to be assisted by the Jonesboro trainers to the bench. 2nd down and 7 Panthers at midfield. Empty set as Brandon Hunter is moved to the slot on the left side of the Panther offensive formation. Callahan in the slot to the right. Now Hunter in motion. They're going to give it to Hunter on the jet sweep. He's over midfield, tripped up at the 49-yard line as Logan Orr with the tackle for Jonesboro, and now it'll be 3rd down and 6 for Benton.
Yeah, let's look at this replay here. Really great blocking on the edge. Guy was double teamed by Ty Callahan, and I think Clayton Mertens just was able to get free and trip Brandon up there.
Credit Logan Orr with a good tackle. 3rd down and 6. And an opportunity for the Panthers to convert. They did so on their first 3rd down of the second half. Beck rolls to his left, throws, and it's going to be intercepted as it was batted up in the air. Intercepted on the deflection by Kalen Jackson. Whoa. And Nate Beck with an incredible tackle over midfield at the Benton 47. But that's the 4th turnover of the night for the Panthers as the ball intercepted on the deflection.
Yeah, well, and you saw the wind working on the kickoff, knocking the ball over. We're going into that wind, and, you can't really tell it from here, but if that ball's not a perfect spiral, it has a little float to it. It doesn't necessarily go exactly where you're used to it going. But look at that hit by Nate Beck, taking his frustrations out on the Jonesboro defender.
Nate Beck with a decleater as they give it to Deshaun Fountain, and he's going to carry for 1 yard. Dio, I want to go back to that interception because Ja'Kalen Jackson came in for the injured Keyshawn Andrews at cornerback. He gets the interception. Logan Orr, who made the tackle on the jet sweep, is the one who deflects the ball. Second down and 9 for Jonesboro at the 46. Tyson Williams flushed, swings it out now to Fountain. He's over the 35, breaks a couple of tackles, and now Bo Brewer with a punishing tackle at the 27-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down, but the Panthers laying some licks.
They are laying some licks. We don't grow boys at Benton, we grow men, right, Jim?
1st down and 10 Jonesboro. They mark it at the 28. Fountain with the carry, and Blake Edwards gets him first, holds on for dear life as help arrives. They drop Fountain at the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Hurricane. Benton leading at 42-35. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Fake to Fountain. Williams looking for Adams, and Adams can't make the catch in the end zone as he had separated from DJ Sturgis. It'll be 3rd down and 9, Jonesboro.
Well, and he had a step on the defender. Quarterback just threw it a little bit too far. Got to get somebody back there on him, at least contest that.
Seen Jonesboro try to get it to Adams in one-on-one situations. At this point in the field, he scored on a 25-yard touchdown catch their last possession. 3rd down and 9. Here comes the pressure. They set up the screen, almost intercepted. Jake Slayton makes the catch. Preston Stone right there to dump him at the line of scrimmage. But, Dio, that was almost a pick. Benton defense read it well.
Yeah, the defense read that as a screen, stopped in their tracks. Mel Hegwood, Chandler Clift right there stopped. They recognized it, and then Preston Stone comes in and cleans house.
Jonesboro going for it. 4th down and 9, and now they look to the sideline for the play signaled in from head coach Randy Coleman. 4th down and 9 at the Benton 27-yard line. Williams takes the snap, fakes, looks, throws, and the catch is made. We'll see where they mark him, Dio. The catch was made by Courtney Orsby, a sliding catch, and it's all going to depend on the spot.
Well, he may have it from there.
I hear a groan from the Jonesboro side of the field. They're going to take a timeout to measure this one, and boy, this is a big, big measurement.
Well, he did catch it, but
at the 18, the stick is at the 18. Boy, this is going to be very close.
Jenny, can you see that down there? How close is that going to be?
Inches.
And we got it by inches.
And it's inches short, and we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Another 4th down, not converted. That's why we haven't had many 3rd down conversions, is because they've been going for it on 4th when they don't get it on 3rd.
Jenny, what's the mood down there on the sideline? I imagine a happy bunch of Panthers.
It is definitely, there's definitely a happy bunch of Panthers. And I got to say, I was so impressed by Nate Beck a while ago when, you know, he threw the interception, but he figured if that was going to be on his stats tonight, he might as well get a tackle to go with it.
And a big one he had as the Panthers take over after the 4th down stop. 1st and 10, give to Brandon Hunter, and he picks up a yard to the 20. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Boy, this has turned into a bit of a defensive tug of war here in the 3rd quarter, Dio.
Yeah, it really has, aside from the 2 possessions that we score and then they turn right back around and score on us. Other than that, it's been a defensive battle. I want to see them shoot Brandon Hunter out of a cannon again.
And need an explosive play right here on 2nd down and 9. Swing it out to Hunter, and he cannot make the catch. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 now for the Panthers with 3:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Benton leads it 42-35. And facing 3rd down and 9. The Jonesboro fans rise to their feet on the near side. Panther fans across the way imploring their offense for a 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 9, Panthers. Ty Callahan in motion, left to right. Beck rolling right, going to throw it back to Callahan. And boy, Colton Foster, their leading tackler at middle linebacker, was waiting on it. Callahan makes the catch and is going to be dropped back at the 12-yard line. It is a loss of 7 yards, and Benton will now punt it away on 4th down.
Well, we just traded. They read our screen. We read their screen. They read our screen. Let's hope Braden Harris punting into this wind here. Good time for that low-flying rugby kick. I don't think we'll see a fake here backed up in our end zone.
Braden Harris stands right at the goal line. Ja'Kalen Jackson, the return man, is at the Benton 45. Braden Harris trying to kick it away from Jackson. It hits at the 42, takes a hop. Jackson fields it on the bounce, and Jackson is loose along the Panther sideline. He's down to the 20-yard line before he is tackled there.
Bryson Krebs coming up, laying a good hit on him.
Boy, but Jonesboro is going to start this possession, Dio, in the red zone, just inside the Benton 20.
Yep. Yeah, that's that's really why you're doing the rugby-style kick, is to keep it away from him and keep it out of the wind a little bit. But
really see his athletic ability on that return. And Bryson Krebs with a good tackle at the 20-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for Jonesboro. They trail by 7, but they start this possession inside the Benton 20. Snap back to Tyson Williams, looking to his left, going to throw it behind Deshaun Fountain. That was behind the line of scrimmage, wasn't it, guys?
It sure looked like it to me.
Deshaun Fountain falls on it at the 25-yard
line. They're going to call it a backwards pass. That's good.
The referee and the linesman visit. Now they're going to bring it back to the original line of scrimmage. That sure looked like a backward pass to me.
Yeah, can we get the replay on that? I'd like to see that again. I need my little yellow drawer thing. Well, they go too fast.
No time for replays tonight. 2nd and 10. There's the snap. They give it off to Fountain, running to the wide side of the field, and he is going to break a tackle. Now he's going to be upended at the 5-yard line, giving the 6, and it'll be first and goal Jonesboro at the Benton 6-yard line. Fountain able to break a tackle from Bo Brewer. Preston Stone finally brings him down. Fountain gets it again, and that time he runs into Dawson Morris.
The D train.
The D train arrives at the 7-yard line. It's a 1-yard loss. 2nd down and goal Jonesboro at the Benton 7.
You know, the Panther linebackers have really played really well tonight. Stopping that run. The zone read has not worked well for Jonesboro tonight.
See what Jonesboro does here on this 2nd down and goal play. They throw it up, and it's going to be overthrown, trying to get it to the slot man, Jackson. Preston Stone with great coverage. It'll be 3rd and goal, Hurricane.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things they work on in 7-on-7 all through the summer is that wall. You got to wall block that slot back. Looked like maybe a little miscommunication there, but Preston Stone doing a great job of walling the slot.
And now on 3rd down, Jonathan Adams is in the backfield. Williams fakes it to Adams, rolls to his right, gets it to Jake Slayton, the H-back, and he's going to make the catch but be dropped well shy of the end zone as Blake Edwards and Braden Harris combine on the tackle. It'll be 4th down and goal Jonesboro at the Benton 3.
I don't think they fooled anybody with that fake sweep to Jonathan Adams, at least not Braden Harris and Blake Edwards.
How about the defensive end, Blake Edwards, getting out there on the tackle on the reception. And I believe, guys, we have a penalty in our jubilation over that stop. They've moved the ball back to the 13-yard line, and it is now 3rd down and goal from the 13. As we were watching the replay, missed the signal. Did you get it, Coach Nethery? We all missed it watching the replay. 3rd down and goal at the 13-yard line. As Fountain is in the backfield with Williams, who looks. They try to get it again to Ja'Kalen Jackson in the slot, and that time Will White with great coverage. Jackson can't make the catch, and it'll be 4th down, Jonesboro. And they are going to trot out their field goal kicker for a field goal attempt of 29 yards, Colin Crawford, who missed earlier in the first half.
Yeah, let's hope Junior Hendricks can come through like he did last week and get another block. That'd be nice.
Sure, take
He's got the speed to do it.
Sure, take it right here as Colin Crawford will attempt a 29-yard field goal. Ball down, Panther. Pressure strong, but Crawford able to get it up and through. And with 1:20 to go in the 3rd quarter, Jonesboro has cut the Panther lead to 4. It's 42-38. Benton leads it. This is Benton Panther football brought to you by Simmons Bank on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Family owned, customer friendly is more than just a slogan. It's a better way to buy a car and the right way to do business. Come see us and discover the difference at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit. If you haven't been to Everett Buick GMC, we'd like to invite you to come see us and experience what family-owned, customer-friendly really means. They're is a difference. Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Jonesboro's scoring drive is 7 plays, 8 yards. They finally go over a minute. It was a minute 20, D.O.
To cover 8 yards.
Their shortest drive in yardage of the night, longest in terms of time. Colin Crawford boots through a 29-yard field goal, and that's cut a 7-point Panther lead to 4. It's 42-38 with a minute 20 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they've got our hands team out there. We're ready for an onside kick.
Well,
here.
we've got a new kicker, too. Garrett Childers, who's been their punter all night, is kicking this one off, and they do onside kick it, and it is going to be fielded by Will White, fumbled out of bounds. But, boy, that's going to be Panther ball in Jonesboro territory at the 46. Good job, Will White.
Will White did a great job. I've got to wonder why he's on the hands team, though, with that big cast. He's only on the hand team. He can't be on the plural hands team with that cast on his left arm.
He's a part of our Billy Club defense, and we got him on the hands team up there.
Hey, he did it. He made a great play, and he had it wide open. It would have been nice if he could have just covered it and took off.
So the Panthers snap it in Hurricane territory. First down, Brandon Hunter running left is going to pick up 3 yards to the 43-yard line. But again, with the exception of 3 big runs tonight, it's been pretty tough sledding for Brandon Hunter between the tackles.
Yeah, it really has. The Jonesboro defense is really, I mean, they took some steps. You know, you heard the coach. We heard the coach talk on their radio. We listened to his broadcast. They worked on Benton 2 days last week, even though they didn't know they had to play us.
Second down and 7 Panthers. Clock down to 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hunter moves from the slot to the backfield, gets the carry, and there's the explosive play as Hunter is down to the 25-yard line, and it is a first down for the Benton Panthers as Brandon Hunter busts that one to the Hurricane 25.
Yeah, you know, really, you notice that when we modify our formation just a little bit, it throws their defense off. I think they've spent a lot of time in film study on our formations and what we run out of them, because when we line up in our typical formations, they're giving us trouble.
Hunter a little gimpy following that first down run, so Zach Wallace checks in Hunter's place. You can see Hunter stretching on the far sideline. As the clock down to 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Zach Wallace is in the slot to the right. Now Nate Beck looks to the sideline. Panthers don't have to snap it in the third quarter if they choose not to. They do, though. Give it to Zach Wallace. He's hit in the backfield and going to be dropped for a loss by Chris Kennan at the 30-yard line, and that concludes the third quarter. We've got 12 minutes to go with a trip to the state semifinals on the line. Benton leads at 42-38. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you tonight by State Representative Kim Hammer on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
If you haven't been to Everett Buick GMC, we'd like to invite you to come see us and experience what family-owned, customer-friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
For those of you watching the Fidelity Local 6 feed, that beautiful baby you see right there is Miss Lily Ann Southwell. Born last night to Panther cheer coach Katrina Southwell and her husband Winston, big brother Caden, and they welcome that beautiful little girl into their family. So congratulations to the Southwells on that new addition to their family last night. Second down and 15 Benton. At the Jonesboro 30, Nate Beck rolls out. He throws. Trey Pepper comes open at the 20-yard line and makes a sliding catch down at the 19, and that's going to leave Benton with a third down and 4. Great catch, Trey Pepper.
Yeah, that was a great catch. I wish he could have kept his feet. He could have gotten the first down here, but I think we're in 4-down territory. I don't think Coach Harris is going to hesitate to go for it on 4th down here, although he may kick a field goal if we don't get it here.
Well, they bring in the heavy package. Bo Belcher and Bryson Krebs, the upbacks, Move to the left side of the formation. Snap to Braden Harris. He's in the open. He's in the end zone. Braden Harris, touchdown on a 3rd down and 5 from the 20. And the Panthers go up by 10 with 11:19 to go in the 4th quarter.
There he goes again.
Yes, ma'am. Braden Harris in the end zone. He is the touchdown maker and the box thumper both. And the Matt Warwick extra point could put Benton up 11. And it does with 11:19 to go in the 4th quarter. Man, jump up and down, Benton Panther fans. Your Panthers lead at 49-38 over Jonesboro. This is Benton Panther football brought to you by Benton Eye Care on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
Dio, you talked about the Panthers sustaining drives in the second half. That took 2 minutes and a second.
Which in this game is a lifetime.
An eternity.
That's an eternity. We've had the only 2 drives that have gone over 2 minutes in this game so far.
And this second half. In 5 plays, 46 yards. And how about big bad Braden Harris going 19 yards to put the Panthers up 11 with 11:19 to go in the 4th.
What a utility player. Plays middle linebacker. You can put him in the Wildcat. He's just a football player.
Caught a touchdown pass tonight as the kickoff again to Kyler Miles, their nose man. He fields it cleanly, going to return it, and he is over the 35-yard line. It's the craziest thing we've ever seen, but, boy, tip of the hat to Brad Harris and the coaching staff for the kickoffs right at the Jonesboro nose man.
Yeah. Well, you're exactly right. I see Bo Brewer limping off a little bit. Looks like he may have some sort of cramp the way he's running. Hopefully that's something they can get TJ can get the roller on him and roll that out a little bit. Going to put in Blake Smith, who's had a really good season. He's come in relief of Bo Brewer several games and played really well.
Blake Smith will be the free safety for the Panthers on this first down snap. Tyson Williams back to throw, trying to get it to his slot man Jackson. He overthrows him. Blake Smith with 17 tackles on the season, and he and Will White in coverage that time. And is it fair to say, Dio, that Tyson Williams hadn't looked the same since the 2 interceptions late in the second quarter?
He really hasn't. Aside from the one pass to Jonathan Adams, in the second half, he's looked a little rattled.
Second down and 10. High snap to Williams. He hands off to Fountain, and Fountain is going to get to the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Mel Hegwood. Dawson Morris in there as well. Third down and 8. Boy, how big would a stop be right here? Panthers lead at 49-38. It's third down and 8 for Jonesboro. Braden Harris creeping up toward the line. Dawson Morris as well. They run a reverse play to Deshaun Fountain. He's pushed out of bounds by DJ Sturgis. Short of the first down at the 44-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2, Jonesboro.
That was a really good play. They pulled, it looked like their left guard and their right guard, something I haven't really seen before. But they had 2 big blockers out there. Our defense did a great job.
4th down and 2. The Hurricane go for it. They give it to Fountain. He's hit in the backfield. Dawson Morris hits him. Braden Harris finishes it off, and the Panther defense is held on 4th down, and the Panthers will take over at the Hurricane 41.
What a defensive play right there, and look who it is. Your 2 senior leaders on defense, D-Train, Dawson Morris, and Braden Harris coming in. Braylon Alcorn right there in case anything. I mean, that was one heck of a defensive play. I don't really know what Jonesboro was thinking right there. They haven't been able to run that up the middle all night.
Man, the D-Train barreling down the track.
I'm telling you, he's fired up over there.
And look who's in at H-back. On first down for the Panthers as the chain slow to set across the way. Now they finally set Braden Harris, the H-back for this first down snap at the Jonesboro 41-yard line. Brandon Hunter gets it. Brandon Hunter shot out of there.
Oh, no.
Now he fumbles the football, and Jonesboro's got on it as the Jonesboro free safety punched that ball out at the 25-yard line. It was a 16-yard run for Brandon Hunter, and the ball punched out, and the Hurricane fall on it. 5th turnover of the night for the Panthers.
Well, as long as we can hold them here, that turnover's not going to hold them. That's the key to that. But what did I say? If I could whisper anything in their ear, it'd be ball security.
Boy, the emotional swings of this game have been unbelievable.
Yeah, my wife is at home with a sick daughter. My daughter Gabriella's sick, and she said it's got her so stressed out she's got a crick in her neck.
Tayshawn Fountain on the carry. Mel Hegwood on the stop, and it's going to be a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11 as Mel Hegwood checks out. Bo Belcher checks in for the Panthers at nose man. 2nd down and 11, Hurricane. They fake it to Jamarcus Bibbs. Williams now going to throw it out to Adams in the flat, and Preston Stone with an open field tackle of Jonathan Adams. Dio, he gives up about 6 inches
and
about 60 pounds, and he makes the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I always say, that he is pound for pound probably the best football player on the field. If Preston Stone was 6 foot 200 pounds, you couldn't stop him.
3rd down and 10, Jonesboro. Williams throwing the corner route to, is that Jackson?
That
Will White on coverage. They're going to say he made the catch, and that is Ja'Kalen Jackson making the catch at the 42-yard line. It'll be first down, Jonesboro.
Let's look at the replay here. Let's look at the replay here. I don't think he caught that ball. See the ball hit the ground right there?
Quick snap to Daniel Johnson, the big sophomore running back. He's in the open field. 30, 20, 10, touchdown Jonesboro. Daniel Johnson takes it 58 yards. And the Panther lead is cut to 5 with 9. Boy, the clock's still running. Don't tell anybody. The scorekeeper is celebrating the Jonesboro touchdown, and it is hurting the home team, and nobody's complaining.
Somebody's screaming, stop the clock.
They lost 20 seconds right there, and we'll take it.
Oh, they put it back.
Oh, my word.
I think they added a little to it.
Yes, they did. They most certainly did. 49-44, and Jonesboro's going to go for 2, and they bring in their heavy package as they put the backup offensive guard at H-back, pitch it to Johnson running left, and he's going to be stopped, and the conversion is no good, Dio Vanucci. It's a 5-point game with 9:20 to go, 49-44. Panthers give up a 58-yard touchdown, but both are back on the 2-point try.
Yeah, Jonesboro gets 6 points and 15 seconds on the clock added to it. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, Jenny was keeping an eye on that running clock as well. Jenny, I think they ended up coming out on the better end there, didn't they?
I think they used to call that fuzzy math or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm hoping the referees can get that fixed, but I won't be complaining if we need those extra 25 seconds at the end of the game.
Atkins now leads Harmony Grove 14-10. Glen Rose, Jason Kelly and the Beaver Fever fan club excited. Glen Rose 44, Elkins 13, and the winner of this game will go to Russellville next week. Russellville defeats West Memphis tonight 34-7 as Jonesboro scores 4 plays, 71 yards in a minute 25. Daniel Johnson on the 58-yard touchdown run. And now Holden Welch is back on to kick off for the Hurricane with 9:20 on the clock. Benton leads at 49-44, and the Panthers with the hands team up there again as well, Dio, looking for an onside attempt. And now the officials meet, and I wonder if they've picked up on the clock issue.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Coach Harris had a little chat with him.
Yeah, that clock went from 8:49 to 9:20 without any direction from the officiating crew.
In this game, that's like 2 drives.
Yeah, exactly. Jenny, as they visit, boy, the emotions up here in the press box have been incredible. What's it been like down there on the field through this one?
All I can say is that I'm kind of glad that the ball moved so quickly, because if I weren't moving, I'd be frozen.
As the first taste of winter has arrived in Northeast Arkansas. Holden Welch kicks it off. Brandon Hunter fields it at the 17. He's over the 25, reverses his field, trying to get a block. Now makes a move. He's over the 30, and he's going to get up to the 34-yard line before he's tackled by Jermaine Hubbard. And, man, even the kickoff return, eventful from Brandon Hunter right there, Dio.
Yeah, there is not a relaxing aspect to this game whatsoever. You don't come to a Benton Panther football game for relaxation, but entertainment, there's plenty of that here.
And no play that you just say ho-hum in this one.
Yeah.
Everyone has been thrilling as the Panthers lead it. And Zach Wallace gets the carry, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
He ran into the eye of that hurricane wall. It's called the eye wall, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's the most vicious part of a hurricane. We need to avoid that. We've had some luck running up the middle with a few of the plays. It seems like it's when we were shot out of the cannon.
And the Panthers will empty the backfield this time. 4 receivers to the right. They swing it to Zach Wallace to the right. He makes the catch, gets over the 35 to the 37-yard line, where he's tackled by Logan Orr. And now Benton faces a big third down, Dio. 3rd down and 7 at the 36.
3rd down and 8.
Pepper, Callahan, and Merton's going to come to the wide side. Allison to the short side for this 3rd down play.
Yeah, the Jonesboro fans are fired up over here.
Zach Wallace in the backfield with Nate Beck, who takes the snap, drops back. The throw, boy, that play almost intercepted by Logan Orr. Trey Pepper not able to make the catch, and now Benton faces a big 4th down and 7. With 8:01 to go in the ball game, and now momentum shifting to the black and gold side. And the Panthers need a big punt right here from Braden Harris, Ja'Kalen Jackson.
Yeah, need to keep it out of his hands. Don't need any momentum shifting big. There's nothing good about a long punt return right here.
He's back to return for Jonesboro at his own 33-yard line. Braden Harris stands at the 22, where he will receive the snap. It's a good snap. Braden Harris with a good kick. It's over Jackson's head inside the 10. Dive ball before to the end zone. It's going to roll all the way to the end zone. But how about a 63-yard punt from Braden Harris, his best of the year?
Yeah, beautiful punt too. Perfect spiral, rolled over at the peak, dropped in. I don't think the return man, Ja'Kalen Jackson, he couldn't read it. It flew right over his head.
We've seen Braden punt it over his head 3 times tonight.
Yep. There you go, flipping the field position.
So Jonesboro will take possession at their own 20-yard line. Benton leads at 49-44. We've got 7:53 to go in the ball game. Tyson Williams takes the snap, drops back, pressured, and he has to unload it before he was ready. And it falls to the turf as Chandler Clift and Mel Hegwood applying the pressure. Williams a little slow to get up after that one, Dio. The pressure relentless from the Benton front 3.
Boy, it really was. And as Freddie, the number 1 Panther fan in here in the booth with us, points out, he got hit hard. And he did. He got hit hard by 2 big boys.
2nd down and 10, Jonesboro. Snap to Williams. He hands it off to Jamarcus Bibbs, who's going to have 2 yards running to the left.
Fantastic job right there by Chandler Cliff. Really, he maintained his position. He maintained gap control, and that's what stopped that play right there.
We've got another huge 3rd down play. 3rd down and 8, Jonesboro. The ball rests at the Hurricane 22 as the clock nears the 7-minute mark in this 4th quarter. Benton leads at 49-44. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Williams looking left for Jonathan Adams, his big receiver, who makes the catch on the deflection, and it is going to be a 1st down for the Hurricane at the 34-yard line. And that big body, Dio, just tough to defend. Junior Hendricks doing his best right there.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily the best throw, and the coverage was actually really good. He's just a beast.
1st down give to Jamarcus Bibbs, hit in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss back to the 32-yard line as Braden Harris, first one to hit him. And it'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Hurricane. Which one wants it more? 2nd down and 12. Here comes the Panther pressure as Williams drops back, swings it out to Fountain. Fountain tackled in the open field by Braylon Alcorn back at the 27, another loss. Great open field tackle by Braylon Alcorn.
You can't ask any more from your senior defender. Watch how he breaks down. The ball gets thrown out. This guy has hurt us all night on this, and Braylon Alcorn reads his inside, his near side hip, stays under control, and makes the open field tackle. I mean, that's what, when we're teaching our youths in youth football, we teach them how to tackle. That's textbook. That's what we want them to do right there.
3rd down and 17, Hurricane from their own 28-yard line. Clock under 6 minutes to go. Panthers lead it 49-44. Tyson Williams takes the snap, pressured out of the pocket, dropped at the 30-yard line, and that's Blake Edwards in there for the Panther defense, and it'll be 4th down and 14 for Jonesboro.
Another great 3rd down stop. I mean, the defense, our defense has played well. I know when you look at a score that's almost 100 points, you don't really feel like any defense has done well, but my goodness, what can you say? They've gotten the stops when they need to.
When they've needed it, they absolutely have. 4th down and 14. Jonesboro to punt it away. Garrett Childers does punt it. Preston Stone got a piece of that one. It lands at the 50 and rolls down to the 43-yard line, where it is going to be downed by Jonesboro's Charles Mabry. But Dio, here's the situation. There's less than 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Benton has a 5-point lead and the football.
Well, and here's the thing. If I'm Coach Harris, if I get into any struggles with my primary offense, I may go as early as 2nd down. I may just put in the heavy package and just pound the ball right here.
Eat that clock.
Eat the clock. They're not. Here's the deal. Braden Harris is not going to get stopped very often.
Braden Harris is in there, but he's at an H-back position. 1st down give to Brandon Hunter. Following the block of Braden Harris, he's running to the left behind Mayfield and Hastings, and he picks up a yard to the 44-yard line. But that clock is running.
Don't need to get too conservative here, though, because you don't want to give the ball back. 3 minutes in this game, that's 3 touchdown drives. So you really want to get some 1st downs here. That's why I like that heavy package.
2nd down and 9 for the Panthers. Snap clock now under 10 seconds as Nate Beck moves Brandon Hunter to his left side. Harris, the H-back on the left side. Hunter gets it running to the left side, and he is going to carry to the 47-yard line, and that will leave Benton with a 3rd down and 6 as the clock now at the 4-minute mark to go in the ball game.
Big play right here. Really want to keep the momentum going, keep this drive alive. So important in a game like this. Do not want to give up any momentum here.
Harris to the right, Hunter to the right. Belcher is checked in at left tackle for Jared Hastings. Snap clock just now at 10 seconds. Game clock at 3:35. 3rd down and 6. Give to Hunter. He fumbles the handoff, falls on it at the 46-yard line, and the Panthers now will face a 4th down and 6 with 3:20 and counting in the ball game. Boy, that was disastrous.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. I didn't see the punt team coming out there super quick. I was going to ask you, what do you think? You think he's going to try to go for it here? I wouldn't have ever thought he would have.
Not the way Braden Harris has been punting.
No, I mean, realistically, worst case scenario, you go into the end zone here, but you drop them back to the 20.
Clock now under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Chandler Clift will snap. Braden Harris back to punt. He stands at his own 32-yard line. Ja'Kalen Jackson is all the way back at his own 10. And the Panthers are going to let the clock run down, and now Brad Harris is going to take a timeout with 2:42 to go in the ballgame. We're going to take our last commercial break of the night. Benton leads at 49-44. This is Panther football brought to you by Congo Fireplace and Patio on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
God, did you see that? Did you see that?
Dio, you just said during the break, this is the most exhausting game you've ever watched in your life. We've still got 2:42 to go. Benton going to punt it away on 4th down, leading 49-44. Braden Harris takes the snap. He punts it. Again, another really good punt from Braden Harris that Ja'Kalen Jackson fields at the 13, and the coverage is outstanding for the Panthers as Will Smith and Blake Smith combined to drop him at the 20. Jonesboro has 80 yards to go with 2:34 to go in the game.
Which is not, that's not a good thing for us necessarily. They've proven that they can do that. As a matter of fact, when we force their drives over a minute, they struggle to score. They haven't been able to score in drives lasting over a minute. So defense has done a fantastic job in this second half. They really have. We just need to hold right here.
So it's 1st and 10 Jonesboro at their own 20-yard line. 2:34 to go in the ball game. Benton leads at 49-44. Boy, this game is on the back of the PDC now as they send Jonathan Adams in motion. They fake it to him. Tyson Williams throws to Slayton, the H-back, and he makes the catch, and they're going to give him the 30-yard line. 1st down Jonesboro. They're going to mark it just over the 30-yard line, so the Hurricane moved the sticks. 1st and 10 Hurricane. As Williams takes the snap, he gives it off to Daniel Johnson, who's hit by Braylon Alcorn and tackled at the 33-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8, Jonesboro.
Yeah, Braden Harris was going in on a blitz right there, and had he been there half a second earlier right there, gets an arm on him, but he almost had him for a good 4-yard loss.
Johnson, the sophomore, at running back. Williams, the junior quarterback, fires for Jonathan Adams, who makes the catch in Benton territory over the 35 down to the 33. Junior Hendricks on the tackle, and Jonathan Adams, the talented Jonesboro receiver, Dio, is hurt.
I'm wondering if that's not a cramp. It looks like that may be a cramp.
As Adams caught it in stride at the 45, Junior Hendricks able to wrestle him down at the 33-yard line. And as we look across the way, it does appear that it's just a cramp for Jonathan Adams.
Yeah, phenomenal catch. I mean, the quarterback put it up. He went up and got the ball. It's kind of driving me nuts, to be honest with you, that he's that good. I don't understand why they haven't thrown to him 30 times tonight, to be honest with you.
Boy, he is a mismatch, isn't he?
He's a mismatch against almost anybody in high school. I mean, he's the prototypical college wide receiver. That's what you want.
Yeah, he's going to Arkansas State. Boy, there's going to be a lot of Sun Belt cornerbacks that are going to have a hard time keeping up with him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 6'3", 200 pounds. That's
and can run.
Yeah, and can run. Yeah, my brother, when he played for Lake Hamilton, and he came out of high school, he was about 6'3", but he was about 170 pounds. He went to UCA on a scholarship. He came home after his first semester. He was 6'3", 205. And let me tell you something, he looked like a man. So 200 pounds out there at receiver is that's pretty phenomenal. Hate to see a kid like that come out. I hope it's nothing serious. I hope it's nothing more than cramps.
Jonathan Adams being assisted by the training staff to the Jonesboro sideline. We certainly wish the best for him. 1:56 left in the ball game. Hurricane now have it 1st and 10 at the Benton 32. Williams pressured, rolls to his left, fires downfield, and there is a lot of traffic over there, and they will say the pass is incomplete, as it appeared as if Kendrail Woods came up with the catch but out of bounds.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened.
He did make the catch, but Jenny
but
over
out
there.
Of bounds.
We lost our camera angle there. Yeah, they've got Jonathan Adams down on the sideline. They're filling him full of Gatorade and stretching him out.
And Kendrail Woods, who has replaced Adams in the lineup, he's 6'1", 180-pound junior wide receiver, will split to the left. Jackson and Orsby to the right, a pistol set for Jonesboro on 2nd down and 10. Throw, catch is made in the slot by Orsby over the 20-yard line. He's going to be down to the 18-yard line, and it's another Jonesboro first down as the Hurricane are on the march, trailing our Panthers by 5 with 1:39 to go in the ball game. Hurricane hurry to the line. Williams takes the snap, gives it off to Daniel Johnson. Daniel Johnson is going to score for Jonesboro. And with 1:30 to go in the ball game, Jonesboro has taken, Dio, a 1-point lead, 50-49. Wow.
You know, Jim, I don't know that it's a bad thing that they scored leaving as much time as they did, to be honest with you. Had they scored with 30 seconds left and we held them and really forced a battle there, you're not going to get the ball back with much time, but at least now you are. And realistically, the best thing they can do here is get 2 points and a field goal forces a tie. Because let's not forget, we've got Matt Warwick on our sidelines. That's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's a very big deal, as Jonesboro now is going to take a timeout, as they're going to gather around Coach Randy Coleman. The Panther defense is going to go and gather around Brad Harris and Bobby Wynn, as we've got a very critical 2-point conversion coming up, as Jonesboro 6 plays 80 yards in 1:04. Score on a Daniel Johnson run of 18 yards to take a 50-49 lead with 1:30 to go in this ball game.
Well, we said that there was a possibility that there would be 100 points scored in this game. Right now we are at 99. And I think we might be the only high school game in Arkansas that is still going on. It seems like Fearless Friday, the way Fearless Friday has it, almost every game is posted as final. There are not many that are still going on right now.
It may take us a half hour to get this 1:30 in. As Matt Johnson said, what is Warwick's longest field goal of the year? 38 yards.
So that puts you needing to get the ball basically to the 21-yard line.
So the Hurricane go for 2 as they try to get aligned correctly. 2 receivers to the left, H-back to the left, running back to the right of Tyson Williams. He turns, he looks, now he's going to scramble, now he throws, and the catch is made by Courtney Orsby. And the 2-point conversion is good, and Jonesboro leads it 52-49. And so now a Matt Warwick field goal would send it to overtime.
Yeah. which would be pretty appropriate for this game, the way it's going. Well, Jonesboro has lived up to their offensive, average points per game here. Benton has actually outdone its average points per game here. So this has just been as Terry Benham said earlier via text message, this is a title fight right here in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
It's been a shootout.
It has been a shootout.
And there are 90 seconds left.
Yeah.
And we've seen most of the drives in this game last less than 60 seconds.
Yes. This is higher scoring than most basketball games, most high school basketball games that we'll see this year.
There is a lot of time on that clock. The way the pace of this game has gone, Brandon Hunter could sure bust one right here on the kick return. It's Holden Welch will kick off for Jonesboro. He tees it on the near hash at the 40-yard line.
I'm expecting a squib here.
Welch approaches the ball, kicks it high, kicks it to Brandon Hunter, who fields it at the 21, coming to the near side, and he's going to be forced out of bounds at the 29. So the Panthers will start 71 yards away with 1:27 to go. Jonesboro leading 52-49.
But Jim, we're only 50 yards from Matt Warwick's longest field goal. So 71 yards to the end zone, but 50 yards to field goal range if we need it.
Callahan in the slot to the left, now in motion. To the right, Beck rolling to the right. He throws. Callahan makes the catch and steps out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock stopped with 1:22 to go. Mertens, Pepper, and Callahan to the left for this 2nd down play. Allison to the right, Hunter in the backfield. Beck takes a snap, tries to get it to Pepper in the seam, and it's going to fall incomplete. Now Benton has to pick up a 3rd down conversion, Dio, 3rd down and 6.
Well, we're in 4th down territory no matter where we are on the field now. Looks like a lot of the guys, both sides of the field, are dealing with some cramps, lower leg cramps, which you usually see that in the hot weather at the beginning of the season.
3rd down and 6 Panthers. Beck takes a snap. Good protection. Looking downfield. Now Beck scrambling to the Panther sideline. He dives toward the marker, and I believe he's going to have the 1st down at the 40-yard line. Boy, that was just a great effort by the senior quarterback, Nate Beck.
Yeah, it really was. Saw a little burst of speed out of Nate on that play. As he turned upfield, he turned it on. He saw where that marker was. He was not going to be denied.
First down by way of the ground for Nate Beck. What an effort. 1st down and 10 at the 40. Beck takes the snap, setting up the screen to Brandon Hunter. He makes the catch, tripped up at the 46-yard line. Boy, that one was set up well, Dio.
Great. Hey, got good yardage on it. What was that, a gain of about 8 yards?
They give him 8 yards to the 48. Clock under a minute as the Panthers hurry to the line of scrimmage. Beck takes. Beck throws to Clayton Mertens. Makes the catch on the far sideline at the Jonesboro 45-yard line. With 49 seconds, a fresh set of downs. Move the sticks. 1st down, Benton.
Yeah, keep the defense on their heels. I like these out routes. They're low-risk throws, low-risk routes. It's going to be really hard to defense these, especially getting an interception. That's what you cannot have a turnover here. Got to keep it out of the defense's hands.
Pepper and Callahan in the slot to each side of the formation. Beck takes the snap. Again, good protection. Beck throws. Callahan with the catch at the 25-yard line, and it'll be another Panther 1st down as Beck threw a strike to Ty Callahan at the Jonesboro 25. 1st down and 10 Panthers. 43 seconds to go, and the Panthers are on the move. Beck with the snap. Quick throw out to Trey Pepper. Pepper gets a block on the edge, and the pile falls all the way down to the 12-yard line. What blocking on the edge that time from Clayton Mertens and company.
Yeah, Clayton Mertens, he's been a great blocker all year. Give the ball to your senior. Let him fight for the yards. Another first down.
Panthers in field goal territory now. First down in the red zone at the 12. Beck pump fake. Beck throws. Touchdown to Clayton Mertens.
Whoa! Unbelievable. Clayton Mertens.
The big junior with the touchdown catch. 28 seconds to go, and you can hear the fans across the way jubilant.
John Penn would be happy because it's finally paid off for Clayton Mertens. He's been a blocker all year. He finally hits pay dirt in the end zone when it matters the most.
And Matt Warwick's extra point now would give Benton a 4-point lead, and he drills it. 28 seconds to go. The Panthers answer.
I need some nitroglycerin or something. What is it that people take for their heart?
Jenny Causey, talk to us.
I can't. I'm so excited. No, that was just incredible. And really, if you think about it, there really should be only, 8 seconds on the clock?
Yes, we go back to that little moment in the fourth quarter.
Jenny, don't remind us about that because that's just going to make me mad if anything bad happens here. That's all I got to say. I'm not mad at you. But, wow, what a game.
How about the biggest drive of the year? 8 plays, 71 yards, 59 seconds.
You're kidding me.
59 seconds, Dio Vanucci. Clayton Mertens, the junior, catches an 11-yard touchdown pass from Nate Beck.
Here's the thing. How happy are you for Clayton Mertens? Because he has been a workhorse as a receiver, just blocking downfield, not always getting the glory of getting the ball, but he has blocked so well this year for so many of the receivers. Trey Pepper, Ty Callahan, you always mention Clayton's name on the blocking, and then he gets in the end zone. What a great finish.
First touchdown of the year for Clayton.
Unbelievable.
First touchdown catch of the year. As Matt Warwick's kick goes out of bounds in Jonesboro. We'll see if they take the football at the 35 or make the Panthers re-kick. They're going to make Benton re-kick the football. I believe Randy Coleman is asking for his kick return team to stay on the field as Matt Warwick's kick sailed out of bounds, and they're going to make Benton re-kick this one. So now the Panthers going to have to kick off from the 35-yard line.
Well, you notice they've replaced number 70 over there. They've put in Jamarcus Bibbs, a running back, junior running back, 5'11", 215. They've put him back there in place of the old nose guard, which is probably a smart move on their coach's part. And then they've also got their defensive end, their 6'2", 260 defensive end, Kevin Pointer in there. Probably got some hands, looks fairly athletic. So they've made some changes on special teams.
We saw Keyshawn Andrews injured earlier in the game, the cornerback. He's back deep to return, as well as Ja'Kalen Jackson. We've seen his speed at receiver all night long. Those are the two speedy return men for Jonesboro, standing back at their own 15-yard line as Matt Warwick will re-kick it. He has the ball teed on the near hash mark. And as he approaches the football, he's going to kick a line drive to the near side that Andrews fields on the hop. He returns it over the 35, the 40. He is going to be tackled finally at the 47-yard line as a Panther sophomore, Dylan Ferguson, hit him first, and Matt Warwick, the kicker, finished off the tackle. And now Jonesboro, Dio, with 22 seconds to go, has it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Unbelievable game, and just got to hope that we come out on the good end of this. Would really like to see the final score remain this 56-52. For our boys' sake, I don't want to see this end, with a busted play or a long pass to Jonathan Adams.
1st down and 10, Hurricane. The band playing loudly. Williams takes the snap. Williams fires, and the catch is going to be made at the 41-yard line of Benton by Courtney Orsby. And it is a first down Hurricane. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 18 seconds on the clock. Williams under center for the first time tonight.
Oh.
As they wait for the chains to move.
Chain gang took a little time there.
It was convenient.
As Williams takes the snap and spikes it, 1 second goes off the clock. 17 seconds to go. And it'll be second down and 10 Jonesboro at the Benton 41-yard line. Jonathan Adams, who came out on the last drive, back in there at wide receiver for the Hurricane.
Notice they've got Preston Stone playing. We've got a 2-deep safety look now. Really going to try to protect against that deep ball with him.
Second down and 10. Snap to Williams. Williams flushed. Williams throws. Catch is made in the center of the field by Deshaun Fountain to the 21-yard line. 12 seconds on the clock. It's first down and 10 Jonesboro. And now Randy Coleman is going to take a timeout, the head coach of Jonesboro. That's going to leave them with 1 left. 12 seconds to go. Panthers lead by 4, and Jonesboro has it at the Benton 22.
Unbelievable. And, you know, the way it's worked out with a 4-point deficit right now for Jonesboro, at this point, in 12 seconds, we're either going to win or lose. Plain and simple. There's no ties. There's no possibility for that. We're going to win or lose, one or the other. And you hate that for any high school kid for this to be their last football game. Defense right here is going to have to step up. Jonesboro, we know what Jonesboro is going to do. They're probably not going to run the ball. I don't know. With the timeout left, they may try to do a draw, but I don't know that I would do that from 23 yards out. Seems a little risky to me, you know, that you take a little too much time off the clock if you're the Jonesboro coach.
DJ Sturgis and Junior Hendricks will be the Benton cornerbacks. Bo Brewer, the free safety. Preston Stone, Braylon Alcorn, Dawson Morris, and Braden Harris. Will White is out there. Blake Edwards, Mel Hegwood, and Chandler Cliff. That is the PDC trying to secure a win for the Panthers. There's the snap to Williams. Pressure by Cliff. He throws it away. Nobody was over there. 8 seconds to go. It's incomplete, but the pressure from Chandler Cliff that time, huge for the Benton defense.
Huge. One of the keys to victory that John Penn said, defense must get pressure on the quarterback, and right there shows you exactly why. Could have been an intentional grounding call right there.
So second down and 10, 8 seconds to go. Benton leads at 56-52. Empty backfield for Jonesboro. Snap back to Williams. Williams looks. Williams throws. It is almost intercepted. Junior Hendricks in and out of his hands, and Junior had a chance to seal it with 3 seconds to go, and Jonesboro's going to get one more snap. Three seconds to go, and Jonesboro takes their final timeout. Dio, it's all down to this play. The entire season for the Benton Panthers, the entire season for the Jonesboro Hurricane has come down to one play.
Let's talk about the fact that they added 25 seconds to the clock previously that shouldn't be there. Can we talk about that, Jim?
Go ahead.
Can we talk loud enough that they can hear me down there where the scorekeeper is? I'd like to point out, I may protest this to the AAA if it doesn't work out in our favor.
And you can go back to the 8:49-9:20 mark in the fourth quarter.
We've got it on tape. We have it on. We have video evidence of what the clock should have said.
Tell you what, let's get a stop right here, and that'll be a moot point. What do you say?
Let's get a stop right here. That's what I would like to see.
It's third down, but really this is the down of the season right here. Everything comes down to one play.
Jim, do you expect some trickery here? Do they dial up some trickery? Maybe bring in Acock, the second string, or yeah, he's the second string.
Acock is on the sideline. Tyson Williams.
So we're not going to see any of that double, the flea flicker. But I would expect in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, they're going to try something special.
Here it is, gang. Last play of the ball game. Snap back to Williams. He drops back. He's looking. He throws. It's incomplete! Incomplete! And the Benton Panthers have won the ball game as Tyson Williams' throw sailed out of bounds, intended for Deshaun Fountain on the wheel route, and the Panthers win. The Panthers win it 56-52 over Jonesboro. Unbelievable.
I need a cold shower, Jim. Good night. It might be cold outside, but I'm telling you what, I'm fired up in this booth. Hey, let's talk real quick. 6A South showing up here.
6A West.
Well, 6A West, see? Yeah, I'm still used to the old conference alignment. 6A West coming in big tonight, upsetting the #1 seed from the East, 9-1 Jonesboro. Let's not let that get lost on our viewers and listeners. We just came in, traveled 2.5 hours to take down a 9-1 team that has pretty much dominated its opponents all year long, and combined score 108 points in the process. What a phenomenal game.
The numbers on this one are going to be incredible. I mean, it's just going to be phenomenal. And I am worn out. We got to drive home. I am worn out. What an incredible, incredible win for the Benton Panthers. The Panthers will practice on Thanksgiving Day for the 3rd year in a row. Unbelievable. Benton wins at 56-52. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Jenny Causey will visit with Brad Harris. A 3-minute break. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by Allied Glass and Frame Shop on Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6.
Promotional consideration for today's game is brought to you by Throwback Cuts, Fades, Razor Lines, Colored Designs, Straight Razor Shave. The latest styles are what we do. Sweet Tea Cafe. Dine in and ask about our daily specials or call ahead for catering and carryout 501-943-7700. Williams Tire. We take pride in offering name brand tires, wheels, and auto repair service to our customers. Papa John's Pizza. Receive 30% off your order during this broadcast. Use the promo code FIDELITY.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
We are leaps and bounds ahead of all of our competitors in all of our markets, which sets us apart. What our internet allows you to do is it allows you to grow and expand and continue to do exactly what you want to do and not see any downtime or anything like that with your service. We're constantly proactively trying to make that service, our services, better for the customer. And it's a tops down thing. It's from the executive team all the way down to our customer care agents. Everyone really truly cares about it, which makes Fidelity a unique company to work for.
For all of your internet, television, and phone needs, call Fidelity or visit us online today.
Family owned, customer friendly is more than just a slogan. It's a better way to buy a car and the right way to do business. Come see us and discover the difference at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit. If you haven't been to Everett Buick GMC, we'd like to invite you to come see us and experience what family owned, customer friendly really means. There is a difference. Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
At Midstate Transmission, we're more than just your everyday repair shop. We're an affordable, caring, and customer-focused business. We've been treating our customers like family for over 8 years. We're the experts in transmission repair and offer the best warranty in town. Here at Midstate Transmission and Auto Repair, we do more than just transmissions. We care about our customers and hope everyone leaves completely satisfied. Call us or drop by. We're just off Alcoa Road in Benton. Visit us online and like us on Facebook.
Bring home the best in local high school sports with Fidelity Local 6. Catch the players, the rivalries, and the fans that make game days electrifying in your hometown. Watch live broadcasts or on demand with Fido, the whole home DVR entertainment experience. It's the local coverage you want. Fidelity Local 6, the best in local high school sports coverage.
God, you see that? Did you see that?
Well, let's go immediately down to the field. Jenny Causey with a happy Brad Harris.
Yeah, Coach Harris is just really cool right now, even though the broadcast crew is completely just emotionally exhausted. Coach, your team never lost confidence.
No, we didn't. I can say we talked about in the Salt Bowl about hanging on the rope regardless of what happened all year long and all game. And tonight that happened. Sorry. It's an emotional game. But extremely proud of these guys, extremely proud. So I don't know what else to say, but just extremely proud of the guys. You know, we knew we was going to put a lot of points up, and the guys did it offensively. Defensively, we came up with some big stops. That was the big thing. We gave up 52, but we came up with some huge stops. That one at the end, I mean, you know, we with 20-something seconds left, we still had to make a big stop, and the guys did a great job.
They absolutely did. Russellville is next. How is this team different now from the first time they faced Russellville?
Well, the biggest thing is we got everybody healthy. When we played them in week 4, now I'm not trying to make an excuse, but we had a couple of guys out, and we had some guys beat up at that time. You know, it's Nate's first game back off injury. You know, so hopefully we're 100%. You know, going in. I think we're healthy coming out of this one, and you know we get a rematch with them at their place. We're just excited to be playing, and you know, for Thanksgiving week 3 years in a row, we love it. You know, and we'll play whoever. It doesn't really matter right now. You know, Coach Dawson does a great job with that team, but you know, we feel like we got a chance. We're playing pretty good right now.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm going to tell you, we've been blessed at Benton the last few years. Scott Nethery, what he rebuilt. I mean, the Benton football program had really fallen on hard times. And what Scott Nethery rebuilt, 2 trips to the semifinals in the last 2 years. Brad Harris comes, and boy, the obvious emotion. I like that guy so much.
Yeah, well, you know, there's something to be said. You know, I've heard it said before that you have to have a relationship before real education can occur. And you can tell Brad Harris cares about these boys. I mean, you heard him getting a little bit choked up there in that interview. He feels a little bit like a father to these 85 kids. You know, I mean, that's what and when they come out and they perform like they did tonight, and he talks about not letting go of the rope, and it would have been easy. And before the Nethery era, those Benton teams, and nothing against them, but we had a tendency to let go of that rope when things didn't go our way. When we faced that adversity, a lot of times we just thought, well, here we go again. But they got that turned around, and Brad Harris comes in and, you know, really continues to build on what Nethery got started. You can't say enough about the entire program, from the fan support. I mean, this is a 2.5-hour drive, Jim, and we filled up their visitor stands. And not to mention the fact, I don't know how many texts you've gotten, but I've probably gotten 30 texts from different people that I know that have been watching or listening to this broadcast. I mean, the community cares about Benton football. And if this were a college program, you know, they always talk about the product they put on the field. Well, Benton Panthers, Brad Harris, they put a good product out on that field.
Yeah, and, you know, you're right. I mean, my phone, I've got 33 unread messages. For those of you that texted and we didn't get I'm sorry. We could hardly breathe up here tonight. I mean, the pace of this game, the tempo of it, the emotions of it, just an incredible high school football game.
Yeah, 159 plays from both offenses. Let's go to the recap here, Jim.
That may take till midnight. Dio, walk us through them.
Well, that was Jonathan Adams' first score, and then we get the ball. Braden Harris in the heavy package scores. Jonesboro comes right back, redirects his receiver downfield. One of those plays where just a hustle play. Jonesboro did it all night, but the first half was really just big play after big play, trading blows, like a prize fighter, heavyweight prize fighter. Jonesboro gets the interception, gets that turnover. And you know what? We didn't win the turnover battle tonight, Jim.
No, 5-3, -2.
5-3. We lost the turnover battle, but our offense was able to get some big plays. There's Trey Pepper on that recap with the third down conversion, just showing the senior leadership, driving for the long first down. Brandon Hunter fumbles the ball kind of to himself, just continues to churn. Nobody gave up on any play. And there you go, Jonathan Adams again. What a monster. Absolute playmaker. There's another one of our turnovers. There's something to be said for that. 8 total turnovers in this game, and you still have 108 total points scored.
Yeah, as we continue to watch the highlights, the big Braden Harris touchdown right there. Jonesboro, 573 yards of total offense. The Panthers, 428. I'm going to tell you a couple of hidden stats. How about Braden Harris? It is hard to believe the Panthers punted 7 times. They scored 56 points and punt 7 times, but he averaged 43 yards a punt tonight.
That's one of those things. I didn't put special teams on my keys to victory, but I only had 3 spots. If I would have had a 4th, it would have been special teams, because how big were those punts as far as flipping the field position? In the first half, that one, we were on the 15-yard line, and we punted it all the way back down and put them on their own 13.
Here's another big one, D.O. Even though Jonesboro snapped the ball 85 times tonight, 3 of 19 on 3rd and 4th down combined. So
Wow.
You talk about giving up 52 points, and yet the defense made some plays. 3 of 19 on 3rd and 4th down, huge.
That is huge. And you're right. Those are hidden stats, because when you see that stat line, when you see the box score, what jumps out at you is the 573 yards of offense. What did you say they had passing, 400-something?
Yeah, 401.
If you would have told Brad Harris or anybody else with any football sense that you were going to give up 573 yards, they'd say, well, we're going to lose that game.
And you lose the turnover margin.
And you lose the turnover battle. And, what was time of possession? Do we have a stat on that?
Yeah, Benton won time of possession 25:06 to 22:54. So.
And the longest drive was 2 minutes and 20 seconds of any touchdown drive.
Yeah. The things that do leap off the stat page at you, how about Brandon Hunter? 29 carries tonight, 220 yards.
That young man, he had 1,300 yards rushing coming into this game. That's another 200 yards rushing. He's over the 1,500 mark. What a senior season he's had. Unbelievable, both as a running back and coming out of the backfield as a receiver. Just a phenomenal game. But let's talk about Nate Beck.
Mm-hmm.
Battled. He never let. We talked about the defense having a short memory, but Nate Beck had a short memory when it came. He threw a couple of interceptions tonight, but he didn't let it get him down. He didn't panic. He just came right back out and kept throwing the ball.
And how big was the first down run on that game-winning drive where he lowers his shoulder on the Panther sideline, gets the first down on a 3rd down convert? Just nails.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you call heart. That's one of those things that Coach Harris talks about. Those are the things. And these guys, it was clear that they wanted to play next week.
Wow. Randy Coleman just comes in and waves and congratulates us. That's a class guy right there. Got a chance to meet him tonight, and just what a class guy. So I guess what this means is, John Penn, if you keep the doTERRA oil going and let us pray for you, we're going to be back together in that broom closet up at Russellville next week. Theo, you're going to be back on the sideline.
I'll be back on the sideline. I hope it's dry. I don't mind if it's cold. I've got a parka for that, but I got toe warmers and hand warmers ready to go. I'm going to take them off deer hunting duty, and I'll put them in for playoff football. I will gladly stay out of a duck blind to broadcast another Panther playoff game.
Boy, it has been a blast tonight, hasn't it?
It has.
I mean, Freddie Reinhardt got cold, came into the booth at halftime, and I think Freddie was crying tears of joy at the end of that game tonight. You are still undefeated this year when you speak to the team in the pregame meal, buddy.
Yeah.
So guess what you're doing next week?
I know.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving at the indoor complex next Thursday. I love it. I absolutely love it. So next broadcast of Benton High School Panther football.
What are they going to do, practice?
Yeah, they're going to practice on Thanksgiving, Freddie.
They need to be home and eat turkey.
Well, they'll do that afterward. We got a football game next Friday. We're going to have it for you. The Panthers are going to go back to Russellville Cyclone Stadium, and it's going to be a chance to avenge a Week 4 loss to the Cyclones, a game, quite frankly, that Benton wasn't full strength. And Brad Harris noted that in the post-game interview.
Yeah, well, and not only were they not full strength, and this is not a knock on Russellville because they are a quality football team. There's no doubt about it. We haven't had to face Russellville except for the playoffs from the previous years, and we had handled them, quite easily. And to me, there was a little bit of a sense of, maybe we underestimated Russellville that first game. Kind of like Pine Bluff underestimated Benton a few years back when we beat them by a field goal at their place. I think there was a little underestimation there, but you saw what happened in the finals when Benton showed up and Pine Bluff didn't underestimate. Not saying that's going to happen. I think you're going to have a heck of a football game next Friday.
And we are looking forward to heading back to Cyclone Stadium. Our good friend Mickey Duval and Mike Wilkins and all the folks up in the River Valley going to have a chance to go back and see them next week. Our pregame show from Russellville will come your way next Friday at 6:30, and the kickoff at 7 o'clock on your home for Panther football, Fox Sports Arkansas and Fidelity Local 6. Want to, Dio, thank you. It's been a joy being in the box with you tonight for a memorable one. We'll never forget tonight. Jenny, boy, you were a lifesaver. Thank you. Tony Linehan had his work cut out for him with the stats tonight. Did an awesome job. Matt Johnson produced and directed the broadcast. Appreciate Lance Larkin working overtime back in the Fox Sports Arkansas studio. Tasha Hester handled replay tonight. Joanna Dixon for the first time tonight with our crew on graphics. Mason Woolbright and Will Burrow did a great job on cameras. Always, we appreciate all the help from Scott Nethery, our athletic director. Appreciate Dr. Skelton.
It's been a long night, Jim.
I'm going brain dead here at the conclusion. Dr. Skelton for visiting with us at halftime, as well as helping arrange for great accommodations here in Jonesboro. And as always, the guy who loves the Panthers more than anybody in Benton, Freddie Reinhardt, with us tonight as well. It's been a joy bringing it to you, folks. What a tremendous honor we have to follow these Benton Panthers week in and week out. And we're going to get to do it again next week in Russellville. Till then, good night, God bless, and go Benton.
Promotional consideration for today's game is brought to you by Throwback Cuts, Fades, razor lines, colored designs, straight razor shave. The latest styles are what we do. Sweet Tea Cafe. Dine in and ask about our daily specials or call ahead for catering and carryout. 501-943-7700. Williams Tire. We take pride in offering name brand tires, wheels, and auto repair service to our customers. Papa John's Pizza. Receive 30% off your order during this broadcast. Use the promo code FIDELITY.